enough. You can't see dancers go past you. The guys are just like, there's no focus.
We're live.
And we are live. We're live and make believe that you hear the magic. Because I normally do a little move, but I don't do those moves anymore. I did have a very exciting confession that I didn't share with you, Patty, that you'll appreciate.
Hey, man.
I went to the doctor and I got ready because I was going to the doctor. And I was getting ready. And I got there and I asked him, I said, so you want me to take off my clothes? He goes, no. I was talks like that. I know. He goes, like, he meant it. He's like, no. All right, so there's a few house rules here. And because I went to Catholic school, Patty just wants to rebel. But this is a place, it's a safe place, a safe space where we make sure that everyone's comfortable. We don't care what your gender is. We don't care what your favorite porridge is. We don't care. We just want you to be funny and to be your best when you're here because this is a fun place to be. And if you just, you see that? Out of all these personalities, we have the Staples Center. And I'll take you there. Okay, that's for older people. I have a show tomorrow night, guys. Yes, that's right. I have a show tomorrow night at the Comedy Chateau with New Jersey's bad boy Mike Marino. And it's called Welcome to the Family. And it's all New Jersey comedians and comedy. And I'm wondering how this is going to fly tomorrow. I'm just thinking about it, Patty. Like, wait, where's all, can you imagine, like, yo, where's my Sicilians? Where's my Napolitans? And no one's gonna be like, hey, over here, yo, Vinny. Nobody's doing that. Like, nobody's doing that tomorrow night. Why are they booking me to do this tomorrow night? Vinny Cha-Cha isn't there.
Vinny Cha-Cha!
What's his name? The other one, Big Pussy? He's not gonna be there. Oh, I worked with him. Oh, I said to him, he's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to put out my cigar. He go, I'm sorry, I'm pregnant and I'm going to puke all over you. He's like, she's funny. And I go, no, I'm pregnant and I'm going to puke all over you. And, yeah, The Sopranos is very interesting. I left the TV on and I went to the store and I came back and my neighbor says, oh my God, I can't believe I went upstairs. She says, but then I heard you and your husband, so, you know. And I said, we weren't home. When I get upstairs, I hear Tony, and come on, Tony! This is what I'm saying. Meadow! And I just couldn't believe, like, you really thought that was me and my husband? Happy anniversary to us, by the way. Another decade. Now it's decades. Now it's decades. Now you've been lying so much to your kids you can't remember when your real anniversary is. If you don't want them to live, to get the cow for free and the horse and the milk for free. And are you kidding me? I was in my 20s. It was free, okay? I didn't care. It was free. You got to hear me. I talk to everybody in this class. I give them all this advice. I'm like, don't do this. Don't do that. Whatever you do, don't do ba-ba-ba and don't do ba-ba-da-ba-ba. And it's like, I've done every single thing. Every single thing that I told you not to do, I've done. Horrible. Horrible. Because tequila's the only drink that will have you saying things you never thought you'd say before. In front of a nice, kind gentleman, you've just slung another shot, and you're looking in his eyes, he's looking in yours, and you're like, fuck me in my ass. Fuck me in my ass. Where does that come from? And he's like, no. Well, I'm going to fuck you in your ass. It's a clean show. You understand? These people have to work clean. They can't know the naughty and dirty things I tell them. I tell every woman here, don't you make a period joke. Don't ever make a period joke. Period. Because it better be the funniest friggin' period joke I've ever heard in my friggin' life. It better be so funny it reminds you when Big Al is doing the deed and when every woman makes believe that she didn't know it's coming and all of a sudden you hear, help me, my dick is bleeding. Somebody help me, my dick is bleeding. I got sugar. I got sugar. And every woman does the same thing. I had no idea. But like you did. What are you talking about? I had the surgery thing. Oh my God, the things that women do. Patty's like, bitch, that's not funny. She's like, I don't like this kind of Sunda. You're right. It's not the funny kind. Because you know what it is, guys? I know what you guys are doing. And women, you got to pay attention. When these guys are making love to you, not banging you, they are banging somebody but you, okay? And you could tell, like, when you face the same direction, like when you're married, that's called kinky sex. The next time, like, just be, like, in the groove and everything, like, just be cool about it. Just take a look behind you, like, see what they do and be like. Because guys, man, they're, like, in another world. They'll be like.
Oh my God.
And that's okay, because all we're doing is the woman's prayer. And every woman here has done the woman's prayer. And if you're not a woman, you're going to know the woman's prayer by tonight. And the woman's prayer happens to every woman at the same time in their life. And you know, women, when it's that moment when you feel him. I'm talking about the contact. The insertion, the whole nine, you're just here with that moment where you have reached out to Hashem, reached out to God, to Jehovah, Yahweh, and you say, oh God, oh my God, please God. You start that woman's prayer. Oh God, please God, make him. Oh God, make him, please God, make him. Make him come and get the fuck off of me. Oh, you make him come like that. Those are the jokes you can't do. Because you have to have a clean set. Hey! I just want you to come and get off of me. And you know what I was thinking about? Oh, Marona Mia, look at this. I love you, Bob Dean. This is the original Bob Dean. The original Bob Dean, that's right. There is an original Bob Dean. And it's just great that Bob has been with me for a long time and knows how important it is to be clean and be on time. I was just doing terrible jokes, like period jokes. Like, that's terrible.
It was awesome.
But it was an awesome one.
It was so fucking good.
That's what I'm saying. It's got to be that funny, man. Because how many times can you just say, so I told him I have my period? I don't get it. I mean, let's be real. Women used to buy VCRs, make them believe they were pregnant.
Oh my
You kidding me? All you gotta do is all you gotta do is find a white boy and have a look on your face. He's like, oh shit. I gotta kill this bitch. You know, that's the other way you gotta be careful. You know, that's why you can't bang the DuPonts. Have a seat, Bob. Please. Please, Bob Dean.
Bob Dean.
Bob Dean. Bob Dean was with me from the beginning of Page to the Stage. When we had the craziest stuff going on here. And you think this is crazy. That's all I want to say, by the way. They think this is crazy. We have absolute insanity. Suicide, everything. I can't make it up. Funniest guy in the world. Brian finally says to me, you have changed my life. And I was like, okay. And then all of a sudden he was gone. And his act was the funniest. He's like, now I'm satisfied. He was happy. You know what, guys? Be happy with what you do. Isn't that like on a sad note, but a happy note?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? I'm going to fucking die trying, having fun. That's what I'm going to tell you. Because Catholic school will do that to you. You just want to have a good time. I'm going to be dealing with some Catholic jokes tomorrow. I'm going to be performing tomorrow night, doing a wise guy, an Italian show tomorrow. Did I just say that like a slip of the tongue? Did I just fall out of my mouth like stupid? Patty said, I don't believe how dumb she really is. The bitch is stupid. Because I know she's for real. Do you know Big Al? I'm kidding. But you know something? We know big comedy. Let's bring it up for the comedy of the one and only Patty. Let me hear you.
One more time for me. Good-looking group of people. You're all very beautiful. It's a pleasure to be here in front of you, all of you. Well, most of you. So no period jokes tonight. I was raised in South Chicago. It was a tough fucking neighborhood. You know what I mean? The girls there didn't have periods. They had question marks. Fucking tough. Tough.
How tough was it?
Oh, I tell you, it was tough. Rough, baby. I noticed there's been a renaissance and a word. It's been reclaimed by female comedians mostly. That word is vagina. Let's tell you a little more about my vagina. My vagina. It's like, that's an aggressive fucking word. Vagina. You know what I mean? I mean, it's just, every time I hear vagina, I hear linoleum. Because it's a really antiseptic word for such a wonderful, warm place to hang out in. You know, when I hear vagina, it makes me think your pussy tastes like a dentist office. There's nothing welcoming about that. Nothing at all. My friends never would call me up and go, hey, Pat, let's see me and you, Billy and Mike Moody go out and get some vagina. Fuck that. Let's get some pussy. Pussy. Just all of you together. Just say it over and over again. Pussy, 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 pussy. It's fucking beautiful. It just rolls off your tongue. No pun intended. And like, you know, our pussy expectations have changed. I've changed. The pussy of today has many demands and conditions thrust upon it. Like, I came of age sexually about 2 weeks after the Brady Bunch was canceled. That was known. Come right in, sit down, enjoy yourself. Give him a round of applause. He's a late comer. But sexually, I came of age, again, it was about 2 weeks after the Brady Bunch was canceled, about 18 months before they invented herpes. It was a glorious time. It was a time we called the Bush era. Not the Bush administration. I'm talking about the era of big, bouncy, beautiful motherfucking Bush. Right? And there was no weed whacking necessary. Weed whacking was not necessary, and consent was not necessary either. You know, it's pretty much assumed. And I fucking do not understand your generation's obsession with bald pussy. Bald pussy! I mean, God puts grass on the field because it's game time, baby. That's a signal from the divine, from up above. God, we love that. I fucking love the Bush. You know, you were around then, sir.
Oh, yeah.
Did you love the Bush, too?
Absolutely.
Fucking love the Bush! And you know why we love the Bush?
Why?
Because there was some pussy behind it. Men, you know this. We love anything that's got some pussy behind it. We love anything that might have some pussy behind it. Possibility of pussy behind it. We love. You know, that's why we do most of the things we don't fucking really want to do. Like hiking. I have a house. You think I want to roll around out in the fucking forest? It's dirty and it's cold? No! But if there might be some pussy behind it, bring down my fucking hiking shoes and a hiking patty shall go. All that shit. Museums? We don't fucking like museums. Fuck museums. Holding your purse at the mall? We fucking hate. Do you hate that?
Hell
I
yeah.
hate it. Hunter doesn't like it either. He's nodding in agreement. No! I 2 weeks ago, my wife and I went to the L.A. Arboretum. Do you know what that is? It is a museum for trees, filled with gay men and elderly Asian tourists with cameras. A real fun fucking bunch. But you know what? It turned out okay. You know why? There was some pussy behind it. Love that pussy. Fight wars. Climb mountains for pussy. Yeah, baby. I'm a little, I don't know if you can tell, but my energy's a little low tonight. A little fucking depressed. I don't know if you can tell. Some of you know, some of you don't know that I recently turned 59. 59 years of age, man. You know, I used to be hot. I was a frisky dude, man. I was a heartthrob. Now I'm a fucking coronary. 59 years old, you know, and look, I'll share it with you. Okay. 3 people I knew pretty well died. 2 of them owed me money. It's fucking terrible. You can't mourn, it's rough. Also, one of my in-laws died of COVID, which was sad, because it was the wrong one. Oh, come on, stop it. How many of you are married by a round of applause? Okay, then you can't fucking tell me about Splash Mountain unless you've been to fucking Disneyland. You don't get an opinion. So I wouldn't wish, a violent death upon them, but there's one that I wouldn't, shed too many fucking tears. Also, my mom died. Yeah. Either that or she's been ignoring me for the past 18 months. If you knew my mom, you would not find that hard to fucking believe. My mother had a borderline personality that knew no borders. No, she is the reason I am both tremendously aroused and completely frightened of Amber Heard. My history sexually is littered with women who both seduce me and berate me simultaneously. Explains my attraction to Judaism. No, Judge Judaism. A little different. She's fucking hot. I don't know what it is. I admire her jurisprudence. But the truth is, between wives, I actually had a brief but torrid affair with an Israeli nymphomaniac. The sex was great, but there was far too much haggling. Way too much fucking haggling. And she was a stunning blonde, with slate gray blue eyes, until I turned her upside down. Then she was a brunette with bad breath. It's a different story. Don't quite know what to tell you. Yeah, but again, I've been married for 31 years. Thank you. And it's all worth it because I have 3 beautiful children. I have 5, but 2 of them annoy the shit. I have a daughter who I've educated. She's a lawyer. Yeah, that's. I've educated her to the point where she looks down on me. She looks down on me. We were walking down San Vicente Boulevard. Hey, why don't you get that?
Keep going.
Say hello, let's talk to them. You find out things about people, in this class. Like, for instance, I found out that Monica can pee on demand. Can you imagine? That's a talent. I imagine you could market that somehow. It's just something we didn't know. Who knew? Give her a round of applause. This fucking woman can pee on fucking demand. That's got to be a Pornhub category. So would you like me to talk to him? I'll be happy to. I'm walking down San Vicente Boulevard. I'm a man of another time. I under-fucking-stand that. But the woman walks by, and she had of my vintage, she had a very brightly beautiful colored dress on. And I turned to her and I said, "That's a very beautiful dress. It really suits you." And she looked at me and said, "Oh, thank you. Thank you so much." My daughter, I turn around and look at her, she's giving me the fucking fisheye.
Oh.
She said, "Dad, this is 2023. You just can't talk to women you don't know. That's a microaggression." I said, "How the fuck do you think you got here?" Well, there was no fucking swiping, right? We could just slip into a young lady's DMs because you think I sent your motherfucking smoke signals? No. At some point I had to transverse space, approach a female I no prior relationship with, and make noises from a hole in my face. Called it fucking talking. That's where you come from, and a lot of fucking you came from that. I remember my wife, first time I met her, I was smitten, and she did this. Do you know what that is? That's the original swipe right. And I walked over to her, she looked right in my eyes. I was fucking smitten. And she said, "Patty, do you know where to get any cocaine?" True. I knew it was real love because I really loved cocaine, and so did she. And we've been married 31 years, ladies and gentlemen. How about that? So, my suggestion would be, if those apps aren't working for you, why not try some cocaine? You guys have been beautiful, most of you. Well, some of you mediocre, but this side of the room has been pretty good. So, hey, let's keep it going. Let's show some real joy for the headmistress in this comedy orphanage, the one and only, the sexy Sunda.
Seems like Friday night getting funky. It looks like we're really getting funky on Friday nights now. It's a whole new show, man. We gotta get groovy. You know why? Because we're in the house with Michael Moody. Come on, let's do this.
Hey, it's Friday. How you guys doing? You guys good? I was not prepared. Oh, that's how it goes. I don't know. It's been a lot going on. I found out one of my friends died or whatever, and he died like a month ago. Well, a few months ago, and we found out how he, it was suicide, and we were thinking about that when we were talking. And me and my friends, we make jokes about that stuff all the time. You know, we have a dark humor. You know what I mean? And he called me yesterday and we were talking about it, and he was like, yo, he really committed to the bit, man. This really. He's a doer. I don't care what anybody says. And I was like, you're right. Right. A little bit about me. My name is Mike Moody. I grew up with my grandparents. Growing up with your grandparents is fun. Growing up with your grandparents is the only time you get beat, and then you ask them if they okay. Like, are you all right? I hear you wheezing. Just make sure you learned your lesson. Oh, man. Oh, man. It was cool living with grandparents. Grandparents is like, they create this space where like older black people don't believe shit when they hear it the first time. Like, it takes a minute, naturally skeptical. So they were raising basically a young conspiracy theorist, you know what I mean? So that's what they did. No, because I remember when Barack won, my grandparents were like, I can't believe I will live to see a black president, you know? And now grown up, I'm like, yo, I can't believe we have a president who can't stay awake. That shit is weird. It's like the same energy. I don't know. I just feel weird about it. I mean, I thought being a president was interesting. Like, this is crazy. How you fall asleep at the job? Like, that's crazy. When he was running for office, there was a sign that said Biden would save the world. And I saw it like on somebody's house, and I was like, that's a lot. That's a bit much to be in the front of your house. You don't survive saving the world. Jesus didn't even save the world. He made alcohol with his friends and got killed by local law enforcement. Doing a good thing. Doing the right thing. Doing the right thing. Oh, what else is going on? Everybody's single, right? Y'all together, but everybody's y'all single. Single is new these days. Single is like a whole different thing these days, you know? All like the woman empowerment, like the way women think like dudes now. So now like you're a piece of pussy on the dating app. Have you feel like that? What are you gonna do for me? Like, what? I was talking to one chick, and she was like, once you get comfortable, once we get to know each other, maybe I could like peg you. I was like, what? She was like, no, once you're comfortable, maybe we can have anal sex. And I was like, call me old-fashioned, but I'm supposed to bring that up. I felt like that's my line. I felt like that was something I'm supposed to say to you. But not on the first fucking conversation on the phone. That shit was haunting. I was like, Jesus Christ. That's a bit much for me. That's a lot. I don't know, man, because dating and shit, like, we don't do the talking in person shit anymore. It just be on dating apps, It just be on dating apps. I was talking to one chick, and like women are like great at dating apps because they have like ghostwriters. They have like a team of writers. Like you hit her up, she screenshots that shit to about 8 people, and then they figure out a response. But I was talking to one chick, and I was like, "What turns you on?" She was like, "Intelligence." And I was like, that was obviously an answer from the council. You can't just get off on intelligence alone. I was like, what do you have, a dildo at home that spits out Alan Watts quotes? The desire, not the desire, is still a desire. And you're just sitting on knowledge and information. Rather than that. I don't know. Shit is weird. I don't know. I did meet one chick in person. She was white. She's cool. I didn't know. I just never dated a white girl before. That was interesting. Do you know do you know if you date a white girl as a black man and you get a haircut, she doesn't notice? That's such a big deal to us. That's a big part of our self-esteem. And one day we were just eating. She was like, "You look different," and I was like, "I'm gonna leave this bitch. She don't understand me and my culture." I'm just joking. I don't know. I just thought that was funny to me. I'm looking for black love, whatever that is. Good old ebony porn black love. The shit you see on Pornhub. Because that's fun. At least for me, I don't know. I feel like it's just, dating and stuff, you gotta learn about yourself. You gotta take that time to learn about yourself when you're single. That's the best way to go. You know what I mean? Just gotta know who you are. I know I'm not like the most toughest dude. I'm not the toughest black dude. You know what I mean? I know that. But I care about black issues. I went to Howard. And I care about us and our issues. So I'll watch Dr. Umar talk about being black in America. And he'll be like, the black man is the most emasculated man in America. But it's like a Saturday, and I'm taking care of myself, so I'm so I have a beauty mask on my face. And I'm my skin gets dry, bro. I feel singled out. I feel like, the world's changing. Everything is happening all at once, which is cool. I see AI. You see the chat AI shit? That shit is cool. Yeah. I fucking made my resume fire. That shit looks great. I was reading that shit. I was like, I don't even know this nigga, but he did all this shit. I don't know. I don't know. I just feel like everybody's thing is different. Everybody has different struggles and stuff. You know what I mean? Sexual orientation, all that. The only thing I think sometimes that sometimes it's a lot. Sometimes it's pronouns. Only because when people choose to use the pronouns. So sometimes when they're used, it's just at the wrong time. What if the world's in it and you trying to grab somebody off the hands yo bro, I got you, it's not bro, he's just hanging. You will address me as them. And you're okay. I don't know. I'm not trying to be funny, but I feel they them is the hardest pronoun. They stole that from the Illuminati. That shit is crazy. Who killed Tupac? Them niggas, bro. They did that shit. All of them. Shit. I don't know, man. But everybody has their own shit. You know what I mean? My parents passed away a month before 9/11. Yeah, that was a lot. So the day of the attacks, the terrorist attacks, we just, watch the country catch up to a sadness we already had, I was like, let's talk. I've been waiting a month to talk about this shit. Let's talk about loss. Now that I have a fucking audience. They weren't in the times I want to talk. I just want to talk about it. Anyway. I don't know, and the whole thing about older black people just continue to make you want to continue to you have to continue to go on without you're supposed to just growing up in civil rights, I guess they just they don't really stop doing shit. They just continue when shit gets fucked up. Because I remember when I first got to school, they were like, "You're not on the honor roll like you usually are." And I was like, "They died in August. It's the middle of September. Give me a minute." You know what I'm saying? I'm in 5th grade. These grades don't even matter. This shit doesn't even... I know that. That shit doesn't even matter yet. That shit doesn't even matter. me see. What else is going on? Y'all give me the light. Right? Okay, so yeah, I'm just trying to figure that out. You gotta figure out those things. Those things are complicated sometimes. Oh man, what else can I leave you guys on? I live in Culver City. Yeah, Culver City's cool. I moved in like a week after the riots, and so it looks like I moved in to monitor the behavior of the white people in town. I don't know, and that's a lot. I don't know. I feel like, you know, they had like, you know, the Black Lives Matter, like all their signs up, but like the people who were like the coolest were like the people who didn't have any signs up. Like the people who had like the defend the police signs up were like the coolest white people. I don't know. It's a weird coincidence. I don't know. But they were the cooler ones. I don't know. I feel like white people treat the cops like certain black people treat Jesus. They're like, yo, he hasn't done anything for me personally, but it's nice to have him around. You know, for holidays and award shows. Need that safety, amen. All right, y'all. Thank you so much.
Whose soda is this? Thank you, Michael.
I got it.
Get your Coca-Cola.
Mike Moody, guys, ladies and gentlemen. And you can find him, because we're mind readers.
Oh, Mike Moody 91.
That's my can from Wednesday.
No,
Okay.
it's mine, dude.
Okay,
Yeah.
Mike Moody. I know. I feel like I'm in a house with teenagers. You know, you're in a house with teenagers when your daughter just washes her plate and fork. I'm getting ready to do some black on black crime right now. Right now, I'm gonna bring it up back to back. Some more big comedy. Come on, watch your head as you get up from my camera, Nicholas. Let's do this. Comedy of the one.
Hello, everyone.
Hi.
It's Friday. I hope everyone's okay. I purposely did not watch a video before I came here because I'm not trying to make y'all think I care about black people. I really don't. You know, I've realized I've made mistakes. I care about these niggas. My name is Nicholas. I'm here to talk to y'all about everything that goes on, but just in my world. I don't know how to explain that. It's kind of selfish, you know. And Patty, I didn't tell you hello. It's nice to see you.
Good to see you, Nick.
Right?
You need to play like an old version of the Joker. He's like somewhere, and they
Call my
think.
agent.
I'm just saying, you could like be killing everybody in the nursing home. It's him. It's him. And they're like, oh, the Joker's decrepit now. And I don't know if this is correct or not. Did y'all used to call it muff?
Muff diving.
Yes, but like a nice, you know,
Delicious muff.
Afro-ish vagina was muff, right? Okay,
Yeah.
just asking. We used to talk to people in my day too. We don't really do that to get nothing. We just gotta, you know, I'm tall. You know, all I really have to do is when they ask me if I play basketball, say yes. Right? And I don't really have to say much else. I can get quiet and be mysterious, you know. I'm fucking, you know. If I start talking and say I clean shit for a living, I don't know if I want to fuck him. Not before I drink. Maybe. So, I don't know. It's hard being tall. Something just happened a moment ago that upset me about being tall, and I can't even remember what the fuck it was. But it was something simple, and I'm trying to remember it. Oh, man. You can do so much when you're little. You know what I mean? Like, you can really live a happy life little. You can have crime. You can do whatever the fuck you want. You know, you could rob somebody and duck off into a crowd of little people. You know, and you've gotten away. Right? Oh, foil this again. Like, nigga, I can't steal plants. Like, I'm talking like, drunk people like to steal things. You know, when I'm drunk, I might want to steal something, but it'll be a plant. You know, and depending on the plant, it could be a felony. I don't know how to identify this shit. I didn't know it was worth anything. Officer, it's a plant. I'm drunk. I'm sorry. But they identified me, right? Do you know how many little white bitches I know that stole shit off of fucking porches and ain't never been identified? They do this shit every week. Come home, they whole little front of their house is beautiful and garden. And I know people drive by and be like, ain't that my pot? Ain't nobody ask a question because they can't be identified. It was 6'8". I thought it was Bigfoot. I was frightened at first. Treat a nigga like P-22. It's so fucked up. The first Chihuahua I killed, gone. Fuck. Oh my God. They used him though. And I just want to let y'all know that he did what he was supposed to do. He got low-income housing denied in his habitat. All of that area, now he dead for a Chihuahua. Thank you, P-22. You served your purpose. And there's a new mountain lion on the scene. Just to let y'all know. So that means that they're going to have some low-income housing coming up soon, and we now have a new mountain lion that we must protect. So I just want to let y'all know that. And he ain't killing Chihuahuas. He young and strong and virile and shit. He can search for his mates. He can cross the interstate like P-22 did. Fuck something and come back. He'll be all right. What else? Oh, okay, I'll say this. I don't know, I'm gonna ask this question, and I didn't. Did anyone watch the video?
Yes.
Okay, you watched the video. Anyone else? Okay, if you don't know what I'm talking about, there was a young man that got pulled over and he got killed by officers. Usually, I would, want to big up this because it would be white people. That's the racism in me. But these 5 niggas got arrested within a week. Well, not arrested, fired. They got arrested within 2 weeks. And they released the video within 3 weeks. I haven't watched it. My dad said it's horrible. Someone else said it's horrible. I don't give a fuck. That's hard to say. But they're arrested and they're paying for their crimes. And y'all should clap for that. But can we ask why these big buff niggas got arrested so quickly? Have y'all seen the videos? They look like strippers. they all up there like this, all buff and shiny and shit. I just know under they got like a little bikini with the little elephant thing. That's how they work. Like the little nut with the trunk. They just strip that shit off and be like, I'm home, bitch. I just feel like black cop confidence has to be strong. like I just feel like you can do whatever the fuck you want when you a black cop. That's how they look at it. But you's a nigga. Like you can't murder someone on camera. And I heard one guy tired himself out. Like he was tuckered out after the beating. He was like, fuck. Oh, I think he's gonna die. Like, I think you put too much into it, sir. I didn't watch it. I'm just guessing. I'm just saying. I really don't care. I'm just saying. This is the world we live in. Me personally, I just want to be tall, nigga. Like, I just want to be able to walk around and not be identified for anything. It's hard not to get stared at. Okay, I don't think y'all understand that. It's fucking weird to walk into somewhere and niggas are just looking your face like. And you turn and you get something, you come back and somebody's in your face like. And then you turn somewhere else and someone's like. And then there's someone off in the back that's watching this shit that don't like that. And when I turn, they look at me like. And I'm like, what have I done today? I want some squash. I want some squash and onions. That's all I want. I just want to get in here, get my squash and onions, and get the fuck out. But like, I feel like, I don't know, it's not like schizophrenic. That's the word. Nigga feels schizophrenic sometimes just because. God damn, it's like you ever seen the movies where the motherfuckers walking somewhere and then they turn around and like it's like a whole bunch of ghost faces just looking at them like that? Nigga, that's how it is sometimes. And I feel like I turn around, it's like, you ever play a video game? Like you play a video game and you're walking in a video game And if you turn away from this, whatever it is, like a little ghost in Mario, it'll come at you. But if you look back at it, it just goes. That's how it. Everywhere I go, that shit's crazy. But I'm gonna start lying. I'm gonna start letting, because I realize that if I play basketball, nigga, it's beautiful to the world. Like, I don't even have to have done nothing with this shit. I'm just letting y'all know. Motherfucker, next time, I might have played for 4 years. You know, I was with Kobe for a year. People will believe that shit. Just because I'm tall. They will say, oh, wow, what was he like? He was the GOAT. That's it. That's all you gotta do. You ain't gotta have no kind of conversation. You ain't gotta say shit. You don't have to have anything to do in your life. Just play basketball. And everything is gonna work out. And, nigga, I tell people I don't. All right, when you tell somebody you don't play basketball, you get the same look as when a woman decides she don't want to fuck you. All right? And I don't know. You haven't identified it yet. That's why you ain't successful. When you identify that look, everything gonna drop into place. But I know that look because it's the same shit. Oh my God, do you play basketball? And when I say no, it's like all the hope that shouldn't be there and respect fades. And I can see their whole little nigger. And I'm like, what? Oh my God. But the same like women that want to smash, they might think I play basketball. They might not. You know, they just like, he tall, he got good genes, you know. And then when they start to talk, and I talk to them, that same fucking hope and respect loses their face. It's just like, can't fuck him. Just can't do that. Oh, this is not okay. So you also can't fuck with an opinion. You can't. You look. You want pussy? Shut the fuck up. I'm telling you, it is so easy to talk yourself out of some pussy, right? And we live in a world where these women really don't give a fuck about what you got to say. Like he said, we are bitches. We are meat. All right? There's so many of us around that all they do is go, shit. I got a new nigga right here. He a little bit girthier. Fuck you. And that shit's hurtful, but that's what happens when you pussy. That's what we are. All right, my name is Nick. Have a good one. Thank you. I'll be here, and I think I'm trying to go to Fanatics tonight. I don't know.
Oh, fuck, I forgot, Shannon.
Excuse me.
Yo, yes. Give it up for Nicholas. Nicholas, you say you don't give a fuck, but let me tell you something. When you hear what this mother says, you're going to give a fuck.
Oh, I'm sure.
This kid's mother had a lot to say, and you should watch it because you just should. So you know, like, I don't know. I don't want to bring us down. I want to bring us up. And so what I wanted to say is that this place is such a wonderful, wonderful wealth of opportunity here. You're going to meet so many people here that can help you. And I'm going to bring up this next guy because he's got a setup for his own show. And you can find him at Fanatic Salon in Culver City. Let him tell you. All right? Let's give it up for the comedy of Shannon.
Sunder, return to Sunder. Address I know. Here 3 days a week. Why the fuck do I do this to myself? I fucking hate it. I'll say this is Christian Mingle first date. So, have you committed any sins today? Envy, because you're so perfect. You? I murdered my stepmother because she keeps fucking all my boyfriends. Mike was talking about ghostwriting. And, I used to be a ghostwriter, but no black people would read my stuff. You guys think Scientologists join AA to be in two cults? I worked at a foundry for one day, and I couldn't find my way back. Man. You guys believe in conspiracy theories? You big fans out there? You got that dirty little book in the corner that you hide under other books, right? You like to read that shit? Conspiracy theories are real, okay? Conspiracy theorists are fucking crazy. But look at it this way. Everybody thinks that conspiracy theories is like Spectre or, what was the CIA program where they put everybody on acid and shit, okay? Yeah, exactly, yeah. Right? Like that sort of shit. But you also gotta figure the word conspire is just a word. So there's plenty of good conspiracy theories, like the Underground Railroad. You think those people weren't conspiring? All right. How about the French Resistance? Conspiring like a motherfucker. All right. There's a lot of good ones out there, done a lot of good for people. Suffragists for women, they were conspiring like a motherfucker. Little umbrellas, big old bustles, How the hell are we going to get to vote? This thing's killing me. Shit. How many layers of clothing do they want me to wear in the Victorian age? I swear to God. Also, there's ones that like, how did men end up with the sole responsibility for the toilet seat position? Women, well done. One of the biggest losses a gender has ever taken. Right? Shit. Conspiracy theories. Oh, man. Do one that... All right, you guys are going to have to hang in there on this one, but I got to try.
We're here.
So, you guys know what irrational numbers are?
Oh my God.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard of it.
Okay. So an irrational number has never lied to me. All right? Pi equals radius. Phi equals symmetry. Mole equals chemical makeup. Real numbers represent 999. All right? Or a laptop. $99.99 that actually costs $136.17. That's a real fucking lie. All right? I'm just saying that as a species, we should just be aware that we mislabel shit naturally, which means that we're doomed. Okay? Because the useful numbers, we fucking say, oh, that's irrational. And the real numbers, lies! Complete lies, and real lies matter, damn it. It's a long way to go for that. And for the mathematicians in the house, I know that the rational comes from ratio, the Greek word, which means you can't put it into a fraction. Shut the fuck up. Right? It's a joke. Not a good one, I won't do it again. Shit. So I'm a serial litterer. And I don't know why people get mad at me, because that shit gets eaten immediately. All you gotta do is misspell some shit. All you gotta do. Oh, man. It's weird that you can't and can use the word abbreviations in Scrabble. That's a bad one. So, if I ever turn up missing, you found me. Oh, man. When I get lonely, I like to put on a helmet and hug strangers.
It's acceptable.
The other day, I wrote a hip-hop album for the mentally challenged. It's called Are You Down with the Syndrome? I emotionally abuse my lawn. The hopes it starts cutting itself. You guys remember when tattoos meant something? I do. When I was growing up, I had 3 pretty safe assumptions I saw you sporting a shit ton of tats, right? Now it was gang, prison, or military. Okay. Nowadays, especially here in old West LA, I see you sporting a bunch of tats, I immediately assume you're a hairstylist. Some sort of graphic artist. Okay? The saying that the mystique has been ruined. That whole air of danger and rebellion has been sucked into upper middle class oblivion. It's like, ooh, my parents are a couple of morally ambiguous BMW driving consumer cliches. They don't understand me or my world. How do I make a statement? How do I put forth a new plane of understanding so that my individual spirit fire isn't extinguished by the banalities of the American suburb? Well, since my sense of entitlement is a raging torrent over the failed levee of my unrealistic expectations, however, my imagination is a tiny little stream, a little bubbling brook that dries up as the tears well when I lose my phone. Eureka! I got it. I'm gonna get an arm sleeve of the peony that's morphing into a dragon who's throwing a peace sign. I'm gonna wear skin-tight jeans so that everyone knows how much I hate hip-hop culture. I'm gonna get as many piercings as I can afford and then plan my day around my wardrobe. And the coup de grace, guys. A permanent, bored, just detached look of disappointment etched across my face. Now, if that doesn't make a change in the world, then apparently I misinterpreted Catcher in the Rye. Fanatics Salon, 3815 Salto Boulevard, 7 on Thursdays, 10 on Fridays.
So when you leave, you have a place to go. Where the hell do you think you're going? Oh, you're trying to steal the water. Oh, well, now that we have our lovely announcements, I just want to say that I just want to give a round of applause and thanks to the people that helped me here. I don't know if you guys know Luke. I don't know if you know Sam. I don't know if you know Monica. And I don't know if you know Ryan. But God bless them all for being here. And of course, Patty, always filling in, helping me out the last minute for that craziness that happens. Oh my God. So I asked Patty last minute. This is how I tell Patty last minute. I'm just like, can you help me? Can you? Oh, and I make it the biggest deal, but I'm in New York when these things happen. So my husband got a cataract, and I said, "This is terrible. Why didn't you get a Lincoln Continental?" Never do that. Those are the things you should never do that, right? Well, don't be a punk. But anyway, listen. If you guys have just come in and just make sure you pay these people. Okay, make sure you pay Samantha. Make sure you do what you got to do, and make sure that we give a lot of love to someone who's coming up, making his debut with me for the first time. Let's give it up for Sean, and I'll get the last name later. What is the last name?
Act like the H isn't even there. Tag this.
Tagdis.
How are we doing? So happy to be here. I literally made the mistake of driving to Burbank to air out my dirty laundry on people. But Ryan put me onto this place. And I'm right around the corner. So you'll be hopefully seeing a lot more of me. Unless this goes terribly, but we'll see how it goes. I'm 24. I'm from West LA. 2 Persian parents, so you know I'm a narcissistic middle-class piece of shit. That being said, I've had my trials and tribulations. I just did 7 weeks in South Africa for a shitty reality TV show. I was a PA on. Give it up, yes. Very cool. You know, I had 2 of the most traumatizing experiences of my life while I was there. I grew a mustache because Top Gun had come out and people in LA said it looked pretty good. But, you go to somewhere where they keep it real. And I was told I looked like Freddie Mercury with more AIDS, which, like, how do you even, they didn't even have a measurement tool back then. You either just had it or you didn't. So, I don't know where that came from. I called my mom, I FaceTimed her, she saw the mustache. She was like, yeah, you do kind of look like Freddie Mercury. I could see that. You know, didn't mention the AIDS part, thank goodness. They hadn't conspired. But, I was like, yeah, like an iconic way? And she's like, no, just kind of like more of a gay way. And I was like, oh, she keeps it 100. A Middle Eastern mom will tell you what's going on. That wasn't even the most traumatic thing. The most traumatic thing was I had my credit card decline publicly in a Woolworths in South Africa, which is like it's like their Whole Foods. So imagine like our 99 cents. But I had it decline, and the lady kind of spoke up and said, your card does not work. Okay, you guys don't understand how traumatic this was. Do you know how bad it hurts to have your card decline in what you thought was a third world country? I tried that joke over there, they didn't like it. You guys like it a lot more. It was way cooler. I'm newly single. This is 3.5 years over. And she has an OnlyFans account 1 week out of the relationship. I will not be plugging it because then she would win. So we're gonna keep it private. But all my friends think, they're like, you know what, you got probably a roster of names. You went to college in LA. You could hit up people. You know what? Throw a party. Invite some people over. And get me laid. You know, that's what it always is. It's never about me actually getting some. It's just, you know, invite some people over, you know, maybe you get laid, maybe you just introduce me, maybe you leave with a few drinks and it's just maybe one person. They think it's easy to hook people up, all right? There's an expression. I don't know if you guys know it. You can lead a horse to water, but you can't make it fuck your ugly friends. Right? We've all heard it. Age-old, common. I did go on a date relatively recently. I ran into a girl at a bar that I went to high school with. We were both on the volleyball team. Aww. And she had cakes, and I was too scrawny to play basketball. So they were like, you can just kind of jump in there. So I got her number. We started chatting. We go out. And I see, now that I have her number saved, she comes on my TikTok feed. Okay. This woman is a dating coach who posts reviews of every date that she goes on. She opens it with, okay, girlies, I'm getting ready for another date tonight. Don't know why I scheduled so many dates on 1 week. I guess I'm crazy. All right, so let me tell you about my date last night. He took me to Perch, and then he took me to the Laker game. Guys, I took her to Perch, and then the fucking Laker game. All right? I mean, she doesn't know the tickets were free. It was like a work thing, but still. All right? I don't know, a couple of red flags, I have to say. He did admit to me he went on another date earlier in the week. Bitch, what was the first line of your video? I guess he needed an appetizer before the main course. She's not doing a character, guys. This is just her. Okay? So much confidence. I admire it a little bit, okay? And then She goes, might be a second date, might not. 6 out of 10. Dude, you think there might be another one if that was a 6 out of 10? If I studied my ass off for a class harder than I ever had before and wrote the best paper ever, and the teacher gave me a 60% and said, do better on the next one, I'm dropping the class. That's normal. Went on another date with a chick. She looks kind of like the Ginger in Stranger Things. But you can't tell a girl that, because that actress is like 15. So you can't open with like, you're so fine. You ever seen Stranger Things? You know, the child actor? When I did have a girlfriend, we were watching that Wednesday show. Which sucks when you watch stuff with your girlfriend, because you can't tell her to try the pigtails because she'll know just where you got it from right away. It's like no ambiguity in there. I guess I've dated around if I look back through my history. I once dated a Mexican girl. High school community service hours. It was crazy. I told her, I really want to like bond with your dad. Should we like play golf sometime? She looked at me like, why don't we just like carve bone spoons and eat the freshest caviar off the sea? Like, it was like a ridiculous thing to say. So she looked at me like I was crazy for suggesting golf. So she was like, no, he's fucking Mexican, Sean. All right? He doesn't golf. Pick something else. So then I was like, I don't want to, I guess I kind of overcorrected. And said lucha wrestling, but it seems to be like the only natural progression to go to if that's your reaction to golf. Greta Thunberg's been in the news a lot recently. I think people are talking about the wrong stuff, all right? Everyone's always talking about like Greta Thunberg, political activists, you know. Not enough people are talking about how bangable she is, all right? And hear me out, she's 20. Before anyone says anything, we all remember when she blew up, she was like 15 or whatever. She's 20 now, all right? So let's relax. I just want to say, Greta Thunberg, I would Greta thump her, you know? It's like I mean, do I think every part of it would be great? No, there would be some drawbacks, probably. I mean, you could be like in the middle of having sex and she'd be like, blow out the candles, the CO2 emissions. Okay. Be sure to pull out. We can't raise children in this sullied earth. Going to anyway, but all right. I think I made it very clear. None of us know what Swedish people sound like. That was like fucking 1800s. England. And we all just kind of went with it. So I'm happy. Oof, here's a hot take. I guess I'll close on a hot take, guys. There's been a few of them. I used to always shit talk the Make-A-Wish Foundation at parties because it was like my edgy political move. I was like, people don't read the tax law. They only need to donate X amount. How much of that money is in admin? They suck. And some girls are like, wow, he knows stuff. They're freshmen, all right? It wouldn't work once they progressed, but I did it at a party one time. My friend Milad came up to me. I've known this guy since high school. He's like, Sean, the shit you say about Make-A-Wish is fucked up, all right? I had leukemia in high school, and they sent me to Oregon, and I got to design my own shoe for Nike. My lifelong dream, okay? Yeah. What do you say about that? You're still alive, man. They're clearly fucking wasting money all the time. Everyone thinks that it's money well spent. Jesus. All right, my name's Sean Tactus. I am at Sean Tactus.
You don't want to yell down my name, right? You learn. You know what you learn? Some people do, and some people get burned, but they keep coming back. Let's give it up for the mean, the one, the only guy on the scene, Bob Dean. Let's do this.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to try something that Sunda has been telling me to do for years. That is speak into the mic and slow down. I did a set at Flappers on Wednesday night, and it was I was here a couple of weeks ago, or a week and so ago, and that was the first time I've been back up in 3 years. Wow. And then I did a set at Flappers, and I feel like I bombed. I mean, people laugh, but at the same time, you know, I like to stand in front of the microphone because I'm very visual when I talk with my hands. Right? But I always step away from the mic, and afterwards my friends are like, we couldn't hear a fucking word you were saying. Your mouth was moving. So at any rate, I'm going to try and slow it down. What I'm going to try and do is not make reference, because I've through this woman and her coaching, and I'm getting no kickbacks or nothing, gang. But seriously, I've got 45 minutes of good comedy that I'm proud of. Yeah. And it's all about that core act and sticking to it. So sometimes, you know, like I tell my friends, if you go to my website, which is bobthesurlycomic.com, many of the acts, I'm like, you might think I'm a hack, but it's all about knowing that core act, which I was so confident that I was overconfident. I've learned one thing. If your stomach doesn't make you, at least for me, if I don't feel sick to my stomach when I'm on my way to the theater or the show or whatever, then there's something wrong. Because I was all confident, like, I'm just going to do this old shit and I'll be fine in 5 minutes. I walked out to the Yoo-Hoo room, which is like smaller than this room, blanked. So at any rate, I'm just going to talk off the top of my head and see what happens. And this is a fact. Thank you very much. The older I get, the more loud, cynical, and just plain mean I become. And you know what? I don't care. Dude, you know what? I hate you already because I don't hate you. I admire you because we're about 2 years apart and you fucking look great. My doctor, I had a physical the other day. My doctor said, you have a perfectly healthy colon for a 70-year-old. I said, I'm 61. Right? I don't give a shit about, and all, you know, don't even get me started on preferred pronoun, okay? That's a whole other thing in itself, you know, to each their own. I'm constantly yelling at little kids, get off of my lawn! And I don't even have a lawn. I'm just too mean, son of a bitch. It all started, true story, about 10 years ago, there used to be a Vaughn's 15 years ago, there used to be a Vaughn's on the corner of Barrington and Santa Monica Boulevard, right? I stopped in there one day in the afternoon. I'm wearing my khaki shorts and my polo shirt, and this very short, very heavy black woman is strutting up the aisle. And I thought she had game, man. She looked cool. And I stepped back. As she passed me, I stepped back, and she jammed her hand in my face, and she said, out of my way, reptile. I swear to God, that's what she said. And she kept walking. And I stood there, and I scratched my head with a grin, and I scratched my head, and I go, did she just call me? And I'm like, no way. Yeah, she did. And some cog went boing, and it hurt. So I walked up, and she's strutting by the checkout area, and this was a smaller market, and I tap her on the shoulder, and she turns around, and I said, with a smile, because I'm from the South, National Tennessee. And I said, I beg your pardon, did you just call me a reptile? And she goes, and she's like this, she goes, that's what I said, reptile, and furthermore, and she stuck her finger in my face, and another thing went gong, and I said, you stop right there. I said, I will never know or appreciate how hard it must be to be a black woman in a white man's world. But you were just fucking rude, and you need to get out. That's what I said. And she did. She ran out the door, and I stood there, and I realized it was silence. And I looked to the left, and there's all these people that are staring at me like this. And this voice goes, racist. And another voice goes, cracker, man of privilege. And I said, she started it. I mean, okay, yeah, man of racist, yeah. A man of privilege. I'm 61 years old. I'm a white man of privilege. So I'm told. I've got like $8 in my savings account. You know, I don't know what else to do to become a better guy, okay? I am a 15-year volunteer with the Braille Institute of Los Angeles, California. I read to the blind. I foster animals in my home, mostly older cats that people throw away. 15 years with LA Animal Services. Right now I have 5 cats in a 1-bedroom apartment, 3 of whom are black. Okay, everybody's welcome. Cracker. I am anything but a cracker racist. I'm white. I'm Christian. I eat red meat. I smoke cigarettes inside my home. I don't speak a word of Spanish. I do not have a fake marijuana card, a fake handicap placard, or a fake service dog, and I'm gay. And I live in Los Angeles, California. I am the fucking minority. Very much. I don't fault. Let the cat out of the bag. I'm a homosexual. Confirmed bachelor. And yeah, you know, Patty, I used to love that muff too.
Yeah, man.
It just the taste kind of just didn't work after a while. The point being is that I'm a bear. A bear is a fat guy with body hair, and I don't shave nothing. This tattoo stuff, listen, I've been a bartender for 42 years. Not the fact that I've worked in all kinds of places. That's a whole other topic. But this is what I worked on South Beach when South Beach was cool, and I ran a fucking haunted straight club. And this girl and I knew Lou from Lou's Tattoos, which was the premier reality tattoo show, blah, blah, blah. The point being is that I'm not inked, but this girl will come in. Her name is Leslie, and she gets so fucked up. We were both till 5 a.m. and we did real cocaine. And we sitting at the bars when you could smoke inside bars. And she's like, "You got any tats?" And I'm like, "No, Les, I don't." Next night, "Bob, you got any ink?" "No." So like the 5th time, I go, "Yeah, you want to see it?" She's so bombed. And I go, "Come here, come here." And I roll up my sleeve like this, and I push her face right into my arm. And I go, "Looks like real body hair, doesn't it?" She was like, "Yeah." I'm a bear. When I'm in an intimate situation, my partner's favorite pillow talk is... And 90, you know, it's like this. It's like, I'm the kind of queer that hates fags. No offense. And it's like this. It's like, for example, I hate drag. I'm just not, I don't hate it. I'm just not into it. But at the same time, if anybody fucks with a drag queen and I'm around, I'm going to be right there behind her to back her up because she's going to kick the crap out of anybody that gets in her way. Anyhow. Okay? For real. And I mean that respectfully. I mean, I love muscle cars and I drink a lot of beer. I am a bear. And my parents, Bob and Stella, God rest them. And this is what I'm saying. It's great to see young people out here. You guys are making reference to shit that I have no idea what you're talking about. So please try to reach back and you'll see that the things I'm talking about are the things that it's going to creep up on you like that. Okay, you're going to be, boom, you're going to, sorry. I'm getting over, no, I'm not contagious. I'm getting over whatchamacallit, and my doctor said I'm cool, so it's just a death rattle. Everybody go like this, I'm going nuts. But anyway, my parents, Robert and Stella, they were beautiful people, very attractive. I skipped a generation. My dad was captain of his football team. My mother was a cheerleader for the rival team. They hated each other in high school, blah, blah, blah. They loved each other very much. The point being is that football ruled in my home. Penn State was the big team, but my mother, Stella, could quote you any stat on any team, basketball, ice hockey, or football. And she was all a lady, too. She was kind of like Maude on TV, cross between Maude and Everybody Loves Raymond, those moms. So anyway, I was living in Miami. I decided it's time to come out because, you know, I'm reasonably butch. Oh, yeah. Like my straight buddies, 90% of my straight buddies will go out and we're shooting pool, they're drinking beer. And I have straight buddies that I grew up with who are all CEOs and that sort of thing. And I've got buddies from the beach who we're ass-kicking rednecks person, you know, blah, blah, blah. And they're like, I can always tell because after the 3rd shot of tequila and we're shooting pool or smoking outside, they're like, "Hey, Bob, can I ask you something?" And I'm like, "Oh, here we go." And they're like, I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Are you a top or a bottom?" I'm like, "Just depends on how much scotch I've had." And they're like, "Oh, okay. And then they're like, "Well, let me ask you something else." I'm like, "What?" And they're like, "Does the top usually pay for dinner?" And I'm like, "It's customary." And I go, and there's one buddy of mine in particular, I go, "Hey man, how come you'll eat pussy but you won't eat shellfish?" And he goes, "Shellfish don't moan." How much time have I got left?
You got 1:15.
Oh, sweet. Tick. Where was I? Oh, being gay, yeah. So I had this big revelation that I was going to come back and tell my folks and my old friends in Nashville because I was living in Miami. And it's tough. You know, it looks easy now on TV and that sort of thing. But any young person, old person that's coming out of the closet, it is not fucking easy. All right? And don't ever fucking out somebody. All right? Go, "Oh, I heard you, blah, blah, blah." Fuck you for that. Because I'm queer that'll kick the crap out of you if you pull that shit too. For real. But anyway, so we had been, you know, I've been to a cocktail party, and Mom and Dad are sitting by the fire, having a drink, and I come in and I was fucking crocked is what it was. And I said, "Mother, I have something to tell you." And I was starting to tear up, and she stands up and she goes, "What's wrong? What's wrong, Robert?" And I said, "Mom," and it was tough, I go, "Mom, I'm a homosexual." And she looked at my dad, then she looked back at me, and I looked at my dad, and he goes, he was smoking a Camel by the fire. He goes, "So what?" Like that. And I was so stunned, and then I looked at my mom, and my mom put her hands at Stella, put her hands on my shoulders, She looked right in my eyes and she said, "You," and believe me, they were just being nice because they were like old school. It took a little time to soften in, you know. And Mother goes, "You are my son, and I will love you forever." And I really started bawling, but at the same time, my comical inside kicked in, and I go, "Mom, I have something else to tell you." And she goes, "What is it, sweetheart?" And I said, "I fucking hate football." I said, "Fuck," and her fingernails clenched into my shoulders for real. She goes, she looks at my dad, she looks at me, she looks at my dad, she goes, "Did you hear what your son just said?" I mean, I just told her I was a fucking fag, and she goes, "And I hate football." She goes, "Did you hear what your son just said?" So she goes, "Robert, how can you hate football?" She looks at my dad, she goes, "That's sacrilege. What am I going to tell the neighbors?" Anyway, that's my time. Bob Dean 2971 on Instagram, and I'm going to revive my podcast that started here at the LA School of Comedy. It is now on iTunes and iHeartRadio. The Bob Dean Show. I hope you'll check out past episodes and wait for some new ones. And you guys are all great. Thank you so much.
I love you, Bob. I love you.
Your hair looks fabulous.
It's my hair. Isn't that amazing?
That's what I wanted to do.
So we reset. Are we sitting? Are we reset? We're reset. Reset, you bet. All here, let's cheer. Will everybody here kindly step to the rear and let us do our cheer? All right. Okay. We put it all together to take it to the top. The Cougars are the greatest. We'll never be stopped. I forgot the rest of the cheer. All I know is that we did this at the end.
Cougars!
I was a Cougar for a long time. It just didn't start. Because, you know, I originally thought maybe when I get older I'm going to look like Andre Lemon, but I don't. But that's okay. But he walked in and I just said, wow, right off of CNN. Fucking Andre Lemon. Even if he's not on, we're going to lie about it. Give it up for Andre Lemon, all right? Yeah, Negro! No, go back. Come on, go back.
Being nice. Giving me compliments. I was just sitting there taking it. I need that for today. Real shit, man. I'm happy to be here, man. I haven't been at this club in a minute. I just wanted to get something off my chest. Like, I've been to a couple of clubs around LA recently, and no other club that I've been to has such love in the air as much as this one. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's real. It's real. I went to this one club, man, and like I was there. And it felt like hell a little bit. And I'm gonna be real because at first I thought I was tweaking. I was like, nah, like maybe this is just bad. But the next guy got up, bro, and like I shit you not, he literally took like 2 minutes to like conjure up a demon. And he had asked the crowd, I was just as shocked as you, like he had asked the crowd, he was like, "You guys want like me or like the demon?" And they was like, "Demon." I was like, "Bro, what the fuck are you doing?" What are you talking about, bro? Like, I grew up in church, man. I don't play around with like spirits and shit. And he was dead serious. But anyway, man, like he conjured it up. And he just started talking and like slithering around the stage and shit. I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I didn't even do my set that night. I didn't, man. I got the fuck up out of it. I was like, yo, I need my money back for real. But yeah, man, I'm happy to be up here. I'm like on some like real like happy and like, you know, meaningful and heartwarming stuff. But like lately, man, I think I've been like getting in tune with how I really been feeling. Like lately, like in life, I feel really sad, and I think it's because I realized that my life has turned out not the way I expected it to. Like right now, like I'm 25, and you know I moved out here from Texas, and I'm not gonna lie, like I expected to be famous by now. And,
me too.
Yeah. Like, God, what's taking so long? Like, I'm funny, bro. Nah, but you know, I'm happy that I'm not famous because I feel like I would have ended up like one of those Britney Spears kind of like, you know, crashing and not being able to handle the fame. You know what I'm saying? Like, I really see how it went. It was really grace. And to give y'all a bit of like context, like I model, you know, right? Obviously, and So anyway, but I modeled and I like started when I was like 18 and I was like on this great run, man. I was modeling for like fucking Prada and Levi's and you know all these great things. And it got to the point where I hit a pinnacle where like Paris called me, you know what I'm saying? Not Paris Hilton, but Paris, an agency in Paris. And they wanted me to come over and be a part of the agency and start, you know, doing runway modeling and stuff like that. And this was like at the time I had took shrooms. So like, yeah, man, like I fumbled the bag, bro. Like I had everything, you know what I'm saying? And I just like lost it all because at that time in my life, I just had like this mental breakdown. Like after shrooms, I really just was so confused about life and everything. And instead of like thinking about, damn, what do I want to do with my life? I kind of just went back home and like hid. You know, I hid out from the world and I was like, yo, I don't want to fucking model anymore. I don't want to act anymore. Like, fuck this shit, you know? So that's what I did, man. I hid out from the world and shit. I was in my dad's for like a year and it was like probably the best time of my life because there was no responsibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why kids look so fucking young, bro. Like, they don't have any... The older we get, because the responsibility weighs on you, man. Shit. Responsibility weighs on you. But no, I'm, like, happy to be out here. And it was funny because during that time, I had realized that stand-up comedy is something that I had always wanted to pursue, but was just so afraid of doing. I know I feel very comfortable up here, but at times I feel very awkward, you know, expressing what I really feel. Just because I've seen so much happen, not even just with black culture, but say you take a man or a woman who expresses how they really feel to the world, then you have like 10 or 12 people saying, oh, you did this and you did that. It's like, you know, I don't really know where I'm going with this. I think what I'm saying is like, I'm really appreciative of the craft of comedy. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 100%. 100%. I wasn't always so sure. I did this set at Flappers last week. I think it was Sunday, and I like bombed. And I was just like, bro, fuck you guys, bro. Like, weird energy. It is, man. And that's like, I was like, damn, is it me? Like, I'm hitting them with my heart is shit. Like, this works every time. And nobody was laughing. And I was like, man, y'all are gay, bro. Remember there was a time, bro, when you could just be like, bro, you're gay. You know what I mean? Like, you're not cool. You can't say that anymore. You can't say that shit anymore, bro. But that's why I fuck with, like, you or, like, you. I fuck with everybody, but I'm saying I fuck with, like, a lot of the older guys or older women because like they have this attitude where they just don't give a fuck, you know, and they say what they want, and that's what's really funny, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like I said, I'm happy to be here. My dating life is non-existent right now. Yeah. I guess that's a good thing. I don't feel like it is, especially in LA when you see like, you know, everybody's in a relationship or everybody has a dog. I thought about getting a dog. I was like, responsibility, bro. Like, I don't have the time for that, you know, right now. But I would love to. I think I'd be like a good dog father, you know? But yeah, man. See what I want to close on.
Don't go in that phone.
Don't go on the phone.
You know
That's a good one. That's a good one. What do I want to close on? That's a good. I was talking to my dad. He's doing really good. Are we live?
Yeah, so say something nice.
All right, cool. I'm gonna go in that direction. I'm gonna go in that direction. I love my dad. He's a cool guy, man. He came to see me out in Texas when I went home for Christmas to see me do a set. So, yeah, man. I'm just in on that, I guess. Yeah.
How'd that feel, though?
How'd it feel?
Yeah.
Oh, it was great, man. Like, I'm not gonna lie, my balls grew. They started like this, and then they turned into watermelons. If my dad can see me do comedy and bomb, bro, like, the sky's the limit. Man. I can really do this shit. And he was there to watch me, and when I stepped off stage, he was supportive. I was like, yeah, man, this is for me then.
Yeah!
So, yeah, man. You can find me at Andre.Lamone on Instagram.
Andre, did I meet you here for TikTok? I'm not TikTok, but for Flipagram? Andre? Not Andre.
What'd you say?
Limon. Right. Did I meet you here for TikTok? Not TikTok, Flipagram? But you were here, right? We had that big meeting here for Flipagram.
Oh, yeah.
Are you ready for this? And they tell me that they want me to be, so I was an influencer, they call it.
Yeah.
And then they said, you're going to buy this new company. And it's called TikTok. Yeah, and my kid said, absolutely not.
Why?
Because you're going to look really pervy, Mom. No. TikTok's for kids.
Oh my God.
And sometimes for millionaires.
Yeah.
Who listens to kids? I made that mistake. But you know something? In this studio, I just want to tell you guys, it's changed a lot, Bob, because I don't have help. So right now with these people, they're helping me. And I'm like, thank God, because they're trying. Like,
Can I
they're trying.
Say one thing. Remember I hosted the first open mic here?
I wasn't here.
Well, that's what I'm saying. What I used to
told
do
them.
is sit in the rolling chair out there because nobody was here. And I would roll out, it was rush hour, and I would roll out in front of that stop sign right there and make people stop. Like I was in a wheelchair. So
I never did that. I pretty much told them I was closed. But that's okay, because we keep trying. Let's give it up for the comedy of LASC's Ryan. Let's do this.
Hello, people. Yeah, we're here. We're here today. We're Friday. So I don't really do material. It's not my thing. You know, I'm a kind of artist who goes the other way. Against the grain, as you say. It doesn't work well, so you'll find out and see if it doesn't go the right way. But you know, that's how life goes. You know, I am a theater major, so I don't really do much for a living, and I won't have a living after. So it's fun. Like my classes, USC are really relaxing, and they're mainly mindfulness exercises. Each one, they're just different kinds. Sometimes, like their voice class, movement class, but you're mostly lying on the floor, so it's really nice. And they're like, they even tell you it's okay if you fall asleep. And I'm like, it happens. That's just your body going. I'm like you know, like I could really just check out in life, and it's like I try not to, you know. You know, I want to be a good actor or something like that, if that exists. But it's good. One of the things we did in my, it's called Basic Voice, even though it's like the third voice class you take. So it's still basic. You're not really like getting to it yet. And it's like this thing called like Fitzmaurice technique. A lot of shaking and vibrating. And like, you know, radiancy and potency, they call it. And it's just like a lot of stretching and then things you can do to your body and muscles. And I'm like, I know one of them is pretty much the one I do when I come. So it's like with your toes spread. So I just think of that. I'm like, okay, I'm radiating right now. Okay, so it's like you can connect things in life, and it's cool. And other things we did in that class was it was something that the professor was like, I don't know if you guys are ready for this. It's like this is some pretty high level stuff for theater classes. So it's like she was hesitant. But we started to do it, and it was pretty much just, you just imagine, like, we're all here in theater class, you know, we're having fun. You paid $70,000 a year to be here. Thank you. So one of you comes up, and then you gotta unlock your legs, of course, and relax them out to be vulnerable and not tense. Right. And then you just stand there. And then they just take you in. 3 minutes. 4 people cried by the end of it. That's how it is for theater. It's like I could sense it, you know, it's like it's vulnerable, but like once you've been to rehab a few times, you don't like you're used to just like showing yourself at the weakest point in front of a lot of people that are just looking at you. So I enjoyed it a lot. It's a fun thing. These like you do more theater games the more you do it because you're like so it feels more like just playing because that's what it is, it's play. You're gonna play, so I just have fun, and it's like, yeah, you can sleep sometimes. You get scared, you cry. I've cried many times in theater class. You know, you're cool. That's how, like, when I was in London, that's how I got the whole class to, like, talk to me. Because, you know, it's hard. I just had to break down because Shakespeare's hard. They make me do Shakespeare, and they're like, someone in the Macbeth play, the one you can't name, but this isn't really a theater. So we're good. But it's like I was supposed to cry like to death and stuff, and he was just like, okay. So like cry and like get into it, like, oh my mom, my kids, something like that. I can't do it. I'm bad. But then they're like, okay, you're doing shit, Ryan. Come on, like you're not. He goes, my baby, you're not feeling it. That's it. He's been in like so many like Royal Shakespeare shows. He's a great guy, but it's just not my. He doesn't. He's like, don't think, just feel. And I go, my baby, please be better. Thing, and then now the whole class surrounds me in like a kumbaya circle, really tight, and I slowly get them out, and they're like, "Come on, keep going, my baby, please, my baby, please." And then they get closer, and I'm going, "What the fuck? Come on, I'm so tired. I just want to go home and sleep. It's London, it's rainy." And then they get closer and closer, and now they're like, just like fall back and forth. Now they're all just leaning on me, so I'm just literally like in a. They say like, "This is what I came to London for." And then eventually I'm just like, I'm sad. So, you know, this brings sadness. This is how they get you. And I mean, it's better than like someone coming up here and it's like, okay, now we're going to just share your greatest secrets. That's actually what a professor at USC also did to someone. So then they were crying for that. So it's better that they, like, you know, gravity takes it out of you and you feel it. So it's like, I understand it. It's like it's a sense of vulnerability that comes from being in a community with a lot of weird people that you don't know. They were all like American kids, but they're all like, you know, there's only like one other guy. And it's all girls. And they just talk about all the guys they're trying to fuck, and I'm just sitting there like at the pub. So, I'm cool, but you know. They're losers. I say that to everyone who doesn't fuck me. So, makes me feel confident. I'm like, no, they just don't want to have sex with me. So it makes me feel better about myself that it's like, there's something else. It's not because I'm weird and I'm off-putting and I say really fucked up shit sometimes. No, it's just because they envy me. They want to be with me. They see all this and they're like, yeah. But, yeah. My birthday's tomorrow. The big 2-2. I've heard that's the bad year. No one likes you when you're 22, they say. So Taylor says.
Oh my god.
But you know, if they already don't like you, it cancels out. So it's looking up. We might have people liking me. But if anyone wants to give me a nice birthday blowjob after, you know, well, it depends on, like I said, if you're good looking. It's not an automatic. I'm not just going to take every blowjob coming my way. I'm not like that. Not like that anymore. Kenzie, you know, I know. You've been like that.
What?
Yeah.
I'm a conservative.
Conservative. You can serve cock, yes. I know.
Sex.
You can serve it. That's good. But what else? Anything else I like to talk about? I don't know. Hey!
Step up.
You go and do your mic stuff later, okay? You talk a lot already. You just gonna stare at me like that with those pouty little Irish eyes? Whenever you talk about your stories and stuff, I just imagine smaller you. Like, you still old and stuff. So, like, whenever I hear it, so it's like, I don't, like, you say you're husky at times, but it's just you. Maybe a little bit like a pillow on your shirt. But it's just kind of you, so that's how I imagine it. And it's like, that would be a cool life, being in Chicago like that. But I lived by Chicago for a bit, in the suburbs. It's a good white bread home, you know. It kind of, like, there's you ever heard of the plant buckthorn? You know buckthorn?
Oh, personally.
Yeah. They're like an invasive plant from Europe. So, you know, as like we settled in, you know, everywhere here, we brought with it an invasive plant that, you know, the reason we got it was because, like, it covers so much. You don't need to look at, like, the slaves or anything like that at the time when they brought it with the poor people. We just want to cover it up. So now it's taken over everything and it kills every plant, like most white people do to the native things here. So it's like, you see these similarities in life, but it's, yeah, I didn't like growing up there. I want to be creative, and it sucked it out of me. But I found weed there. It wasn't good weed. You know, it's not like when it says Supreme on it, like, maybe it's not. You know, you get what you get. It's hard. And then, you know, you come out here and you're like, what do I do? You can't. What do you pick at this point? They're just throwing it at you. But can't wait till we get that medical ketamine. And then it's like at that point, once you have like your own drip or something, like a vape for that, life gets pretty easy. You know, it's like, you know, like the Matrix and stuff. It's like, it's pretty much the same thing, drug-induced stuff. Like, is it that bad? It's like, it's all chemicals in your brain. At the end of the day, we all die. Maybe we'll get born again. Who knows? Maybe you'll be, Chinese baby. Like in China. That would be a cool. What if that, you die and you have your whole experience now, and then you're just in China as a young baby. Maybe in the future it'll be good or bad. I'm not really sure, so it's a toss-up. But I think culture is cool. You learn a cool language. It's beautiful. But they also don't like much individualism there. But we like it here, so maybe you would be adopted and brought to America. Don't fall asleep on me. I'm almost done. It's okay. I know it's hard when you were probably imagining being a Chinese baby. It happens from time to time because you don't know what it's like unless we were a Chinese baby. Yes. Zhongguo. That means China in Chinese. Zhongguo. Thank you. My name is Ru Yan in Chinese. You can find me on Instagram at ryan.benson. Who's next? Sunda?
Yes, spell Benson.
Spell Benson? Does anyone? Benson.
Because we have somebody Benson, remember? B-E-N.
Yes, if you're dyslexic, come to me after the show. I'll write it out for you.
We'll fix it up for you. Don't ever hand me that microphone. I'm gonna make sure you've never touched that. This is the first time all night. Oh, it's so big. It's so black. You know what? Big black, and that's where it's at. Does anybody remember Ungawa?
Ungawa.
You do? Wait a minute. Yo, man. Dude, come on. I'm getting ready to bring you up.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I was just going to step up. I'm hungry.
Look, I got concessions, man. I got chips.
I was going to grab that.
Well, stage.
But I'm going to go up.
Oh, I love this jacket. It's so great because it has Drakkar on it.
It is nice.
It doesn't.
Yes, it does. It says Drakkar. I used to do it. It goes Drakkar Noir. It was a fragrance. It was a fragrance.
Yeah.
Right.
I thought you said
Drakkar Noir.
my car.
I used to wear that.
Is that what it means?
No. I thought you said
No. Oh no.
literally my car. I was like, oh.
Now we look like Israeli movers, okay? Hey, welcome to Schleppers. Hello, how are you? We're not paying. All right, so. But we ain't gonna pay you no mind, but we're gonna pay this gentleman some mind. Going on his second season on HBO, it's proud to present the one and only Albert Lamhiria.
Thank you. I've enjoyed being here. I've enjoyed everyone's set, especially yours, because you're just about as old as I am. So it's you, and there's Patty, and there's me, and Sunda, and I forget your name, dude.
Eamon.
Eamon. So him too, and then Mr. Sunda is here. He's responsible for all this shit, so we should all be giving him a round of applause. So it's good to see the faces of the comedians, the ones that I know as well as the ones that I don't know. But I was sitting back there trying to figure out who the hell is this? And I was thinking it's you, but it's Cher. She's hot too, right? Cher. And this is vinyl. This is from the old days when I was a kid. You can imagine that was in the 1800s. You can skip a whole century and still not get me. So that's a good album. I like that. It's a one stand-up. And who is this country western band?
That's Phyllis Diller.
That's Phyllis Diller. I didn't know she. Oh, she's singing. No, she's playing the clarinet.
Clarinet.
She's playing the clarinet.
Ask them if they know who she is.
Do you know Phyllis Diller? Yeah. Okay, well let's ask. Who does not know who Phyllis Diller was? All right, well do some research. You call yourself a comedian and you don't fucking know Phyllis. Fuck you niggas. This is live, right? God bless you. God bless you. We need you to do some research to find out who this wonderful, talented comedian was, Phyllis Diller. She was a killer, man.
She was.
And this is all beautiful stuff. You were the husband?
No.
Fang was, right?
Fang was her husband. Yeah. She used to trash him all the time. But it was all in good fun. It was in good fun. Women who run the show. That's all women, right? Have you ever met a woman who doesn't run? Shit, women run. Women are in charge. We all know that, man, don't we? If you don't know that, you need to wait. You need to start. I was shopping one day, and I saw this guy. He was looking at a lampshade, right? He said, "I like this." Just said it out loud to himself. And then out of nowhere, his wife just popped out and said, "You don't like that." Come with me, I'll show you what you like. I swear. And he went with her to find out what he liked. So I went too to find out what he liked. Hell, she's there. Maybe she didn't tell me what I like. I don't know. Women just know shit. Just have to listen to them. You know, if you can stand it. I mean, because it's a job. Because they never stop. They never stop. They never stop. But I love women. Most women. I love all women except the ones I marry. I can't stand them. For some reason, I just don't like them after a while. I still love them, but there's a difference between loving someone and liking someone. And you can like someone and not love them. You can love someone and not like them. You can love and like the same person. Is that confusing? It's pretty simple, isn't it? It's all about life. Anyway, I was looking at this. Women who run the show. Women run all the shows, actually. Women own 55% of all the wealth in the world, and they have first dibs on the other 45. That's right. They do. And they didn't make it that way. God made it that way. So get used to it. That's where it's going to be. Because they're far more important than we are. They are the portal to the other side. They are how we got here, right? If it wasn't for women, we would not be here. So God treats them more especially than he treats, I won't put it that way, but he has a special purpose for women. I have a special purpose for women too. As a man, I just want to say, I hang out with the Church of Latter-day Saints. And I'm glad to know that there's a Christian here, I'm a Christian here. And I know there are others, but we also know that because you are here and I am here, who else is here? Jesus Christ. He's right here, right now. So this whole thing is blessed and it's good.
Yes, sir.
And I like that. So I've been hanging out with him. I'm trying to change my life. I'm giving up a lot of stuff. Sex, for instance. I was amazed that the young brothers thought that I was having sex. I'm like, dude. What? Me? I'm flattered, but no. That ain't happening. But yeah, I can give that up because I ain't doing it anyway. But then they said, you can't masturbate either. What? I can't beat off either? Okay, I'm gonna have to think about this. Me and Jesus, we're gonna have a serious talk. JC, bro, what up? I can't even beat off? So I guess porn is out, huh? It's tough. At least they don't make you stop eating pork. When I hung out with the Muslims, I can't eat pork. No pork. You remember that? Susan and I grew up in New York in the 60s, and the Muslims were big in the neighborhood. And that's what the term they use. You can't eat swine. You can't eat swine. And I love pork chops. Fry that baby up. Yeah. So at least they don't have that kind of restrictions. They just say, eat the food that are healthy for you, right? They do believe, though, that the only food for humans is wheat. Oats is for animals, like horses and cows and stuff like that. That's what Joseph Smith believed, and he was the prophet that founded the Church of Latter-day Saints. So I realized from reading his stuff that I've been eating like an animal. I've been eating the food that's been set aside by God for animals because I didn't know any better. And it's not like God whispered, yo, Alberto. Or if he was Japanese, Alberudo. Or if he was my mom, look, jackass. You shouldn't eat that stuff. But he didn't mention swine, so pork, I guess, is good. Fowl is good. Cows are good. I feel guilty about how we live. I feel guilty that in order for us to live, we have to kill something else. I feel a lot of pain about that. But I didn't start that. I was born into it. And, my body exists on other flesh. That's what this body. But my body is not me. You're not actually seeing me. You're just seeing the shell that carries me around. Just like I don't see you. I don't see you. You're spirit, right? We're all spirit. And spirit is like, you can't see it. so you can't touch it. So if it cop blocks you, you can't do shit about it. I had to find a joke in there somewhere. Mackie. Now that's high fashion, right? Like Goyard, G-Wagon, Auto Rover. I put some ice on you because you got a cold heart. I know I gotta get my money on. Go. Drop that ass to the floor. Oh. Ain't gotta deal with these niggas no more. I don't know where that came from. Just kind of channel Roddy Rich. And what else? This is pretty. What is this? This looks like it would be found on the streets of London or something like that with a flame inside.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's really interesting.
Isn't that
It's a
interesting?
really interesting piece. Far more interesting than my set, I'll admit. But, you pay your money, you do your time.
Woo!
And then how that works? Pay your money, do your time. My time ain't over. What you niggas are for? So, anyway, what else? I wanted to talk about quitting smoking, which is what I'm attempting to do now, is to quit smoking. Yes? Thank you. And, I've quit before. I quit one time. I tried acupuncture, and it worked so well that I didn't smoke for like 20 years.
Really?
And the meeting took an hour. The actual therapy took less than a minute. Right? He was just telling me what to expect, blah, 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 all this talk. And then he put these 2 needles in my nose, and I swear I didn't smoke for another 20 years. And it didn't hurt, but whatever it was, I was smoke-free for 20 years. And then I started doing theater again. And you know how niggas are in theater, right? Everybody's smoking this or smoking that, smoking this or smoking that. A lot of smoking going on, so I started again. And then I quit again after I used this drug called Chantix. Have you heard of it? Chantix. I used it. And it really works, except it makes you lose your freaking mind. Because I had some personality disorders that I didn't even know I had. And one night I got so pissed off over nothing working at the Comedy Store in La Jolla, I said, screw it, I quit. And I walked out. And I drove home. And I was sitting at home when the manager called me and said, Albert, don't you remember you told me the drug was going to make you act weird? I think it's making you act weird. And as soon as she said that, the light went on. Yeah, I'm on this drug. That's why I'm acting out and being stupid. So the next night I went back to work at the Comedy Store La Jolla, and it was all good. So now I want to quit again because the Church of Latter-day Saints, they are such sweet people, and they're so clean. They look like they bathe. Oh, by the way, today, someone thought I was homeless. Which is why I don't like homeless people. Because people always say, oh, are you homeless? Homeless dudes walk up and offer me a sandwich. Yo, bro, you look like you need some sustenance, bro. And I'm like, I just took a bath. Get away. Where'd you get that sandwich from? All right, that's it. Thank you guys very much.
Love you. I love you. Make sure you watch him on. Wait, where are you going? Oh, you're going. Wait, don't forget season 2 of Lace.
Yeah.
Go.
HBO season 2, all black. Lace. The show isn't all black, but that's the channel. And you can find me on Instagram, Albert Linton Comedy, and you can find me on Facebook, Albert Linton. And you can find me out near the dumpster shooting up heroin. Come and join me.
Here we go. We're going to bend on our knees, if you please. We've got the comedy of the one and only Lenny McKenzie. Lenny.
It's me. I was watching your podcast this morning. Yeah, I like it. They have porn stars on it. Yeah. I want me one.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. We should do that.
She's cool too.
Yeah. Swedish
Sylvia
one.
Sage. No, that. Go ahead.
No. I need to hear this shit.
Kathy St. George was a co-host. She was Miss August of '83, but Sylvia Sage is the comedian / porn star. She's one of She's cool. Yeah, I love her. She always plays the wicked stepmom.
Oh,
Yeah.
She's a good performer. She's really
Yeah, she's great.
She knows what she does.
Thanks for watching, man.
You're welcome. I need a picture with them. Yeah. No, that's important, okay? I want to show my coworkers, you know what I mean? There's no bigger flex for a 20-year-old than a fucking picture with a porn star. I'm showing that shit to my boss. I'm gonna flex on that shit. Oh, Nick just left? Fuck. Oh, fuck it. Oh, shit. Talk to him. Shit. The fuck else did I have? Alright. I'm Clitorate. Just recently became Clitorate. Shout out to Sophia Wallace for doing so. I haven't gotten the joke yet, but she taught me that a clitoris is little nub baby carroty thing. It's little external part. Okay? Little nub. Then the rest of it, you know, she said, I haven't even got to the fucking joke yet. She said, okay, that this is the clitoral thingy, okay? And she said you could think of it as the head of a penis. And I was like, I'd rather not. This is why feminists lose men. You saying this is why men don't listen to feminists, because they fucking say shit like that. And it's just they only talk to other women and gay guys, and it's just no heterosexual male wants to think of a clitoris as a dick. It's just not. I don't know why the fuck they do that. All right. So, anyways, she went on to mention that the clitoris is almost identical to the penis. But again, I did not want to hear. I understand they cut those things off in some countries. I don't support it, okay? I'm trying to find common ground between me and those fucking monsters to do that shit. But, anyway, she said the inside, which is most of the clitoris, is eternal. And she told me that it looked like a swan. I don't know if you've ever... I feel like most of you have not seen an actual... Yeah, you don't know what a clit looks like, do you? Like an actual... The inside of it. I was gonna get a prop, but they fucking ran out of the store. Yeah. It does not look like a swan. That's it doesn't. It looks like a dick and balls. It looks like a dick and balls with wings. You can look it up. I'm pro-woman, okay? This is why I learned all that shit. Also, Patty, it's called a vulva, you cunt. You fucking chauvinist, sexist, misogynist. Vagina is just the vaginal canal. Vagina is Latin for scabbard. That's a sword holder. Sexist. What?
Swap meet guy.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. What the fuck was I saying? Vulva's all that shit. Vulva. My grandma's from Sweden. What the fuck does that have to do with anything, son? Okay, in Sweden, okay, a vulva is like a VOLVA. It's like a spiritual fucking healer lady. Yeah. In Sweden. She's, your grandma. Yeah. There you go. I don't remember I was talking about that. But, spiritual significance, okay? So, the lady that made me clitorate name is, Sophia Wallace.
Shout out Sophia.
Yeah, shout out to Sophia. Don't. All right, there's another. Don't clap too soon. She also said most women do not have sex; they are masturbated inside of. Yeah, that's a bit fucking. That's a bit fucking much, ain't it? That's a bit fucking. Yeah, I know. That's a bit fucking. And Ryan, I actually have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
Could you shut the fuck up during my set for once? Every single fucking set you interrupt me, you cunt. So you can stop that shit. Yeah. Fuck you, Ryan. Anyway, fuck you. What the fuck was I talking about? That's all I talk about. Oh yes. Okay. So, she also said that you can't say the word cunt because it's sexist. You know what I mean? So I think that feminists, like, nobody ever really listens to them, but like, I think that if you really took the time to listen, if you really took the time to listen, because I never really did until like just now, the fuck, like, you know what I mean? Those like shaved, the feminists with the side of their head shaved. A lot of them are actually really, really brilliant, make a lot of wonderful points, and really have a lot to say that I think the world needs to hear. But it's hard to listen to them because so many are just so fucking cunty. Just come off to you as just so fucking cunty, and it's fucking difficult to listen to. So I'm here now doing that job. You're welcome for feminism. Yeah, my mom was a huge feminist, like a fucking huge feminist, like where most families have like a picture of Jesus. We just had a picture of, and this is true, big black hairy pussy. It's the truth. She's just one of those. She's from like fucking Bay Area. That to her, yeah, no. I jerked off that like crazy when I was fucking 10. But like, I know most of you fuckers got to jack off in your room, but I was just in the living room just fucking, you know what I mean? Oh my god, bro. Yeah, that to her was the ultimate like, that's what we believe in this family. Fucking big black hairy pussy. That thing had a fucking bush too, motherfucker. Like that thing had a bush to put fucking Angela Davis's afro to shame. Like that was a fucking bush. You know who Angela Davis is, right? Fuck it. Okay. That's another person my mom taught me about. I don't remember most of my set now. The only time I ever saw her fucking take that thing off the roll was when CPS showed up. But besides that, it was on there. Yeah, I used to see CPS a lot. Pussy, what the fuck was I talking about? Big black bush.
Clitorate.
Clitorate, thank you. What?
Cunts.
Oh yeah, cunts. Yeah. That's one of my favorites. Doctors are a bunch of cunts. I fucking can't stand doctors. It's. You ever notice that like every single part of you a pervert would want to touch, a doctor has to touch? You know what I mean? Tits, ass, fucking genitals, like nothing safe. You know what I mean? I was 17 years old when I had to fucking let a grown man touch my nuts, motherfucker. That's not cold. That's not necessary. You know what I mean? I can fucking do this at home. What makes you think I can't lift up my own nuts and turn my hair and cough, you cunt? Fuck you. And who the fuck made you to touch your testicles? Fuck you. It's fucked up. It's like, well, Lenny, how am I supposed to know whether or not your nuts hurt? It's like, motherfucker, if my nuts hurt, believe me, you the first fucker I see. But till then, stay the fuck away from my nuts, you fuck. Oh, shit. Why is a hit and run called a hit and run instead of a hit and drive? Alright. Shit. I was gonna save that rest for Nick, but fucker's not here right now. Last week he was talking about how, like, you know, they lynch black people and eat them in barbecues and heavy shit like that. Oh, let's go. Fuck yeah. I get lots of pussy, by the way, Nick. It's just not good, like, at all. Okay, all right. Last week you were here, and you were talking about black people getting eaten at barbecues and shit, right? And lynchings and all that heavy shit. And that shit was heavy. And you mentioned that usually who they would target would be like more successful, like black people, like better looking black people, richer black people. Possibly, all right. Do you ever wonder if like maybe the more amateur black people were a little bit happy about that? Like, like the ugly black people are happy to kill all the good looking ones and shit. I'm out of time, aren't I? Yeah. Lenny McKenzie on Instagram.
Let's do this, Hunter. Keep moving. Yes, we're doing it.
Oh my God. We're good. We're good. That's not an omen. I'm gonna do great. All right.
Keep it going for Sunda. Keep it going for yourselves. I love the energy in this place. Sunda, you're like a more fun Miss Frizzle from Magic School Bus. Right? Like, you seem like you'll have like a Magic School Bus and Quaaludes. Like, I love it here. I just gonna work on some new stuff. I had like a weird kind of like dark night of the soul a few weeks. And like when like I'm getting in my head and I'm getting all sad, I think about how like pursuing comedy, it's like kind of stupid. Right? It's like unrealistic and selfish. Right? But like I realize I don't care. Right? But like I went to art school. Like I went to art school in New York City. I have a bachelor's of fine arts. Guys, I literally have a degree in stupid and unrealistic. Right? I made it in New York essentially with like a major in Easy Bake Oven and a minor in student debt. But I made it work, so we'll figure out comedy, I guess. Thank you very much. It's weird like renting in LA versus New York, because like if you rent in New York and you come to your landlord with like a problem, they like probably won't fix it and they'll blame it on the Armenians, right? Like, and also you can take any racial group, like landlords, they did it, that's their fault, whatever racial group you're comfortable with. But like in LA, like they might fix it, but like they'll give you a reason you never considered, right? Like I was sick for like a week, I thought it was mold, so I came to my landlord and she sent me 22 articles about chemtrail cough. Right? I came to her with mold growing in the walls and she's like, no, the government, they put stuff in the air. growing in the walls, no, the air will take it. But I don't know, she's like, I don't know, that's where we're gonna, that's fine, give it up for me, yay, thank you. I'm getting older. And like not physically, I'm not one of these like asshole 20-somethings who complains about my back hurting. Like it does hurt, but I'm not gonna bitch about it. I'm getting older on like a spiritual, emotional level, right? Like I'm 29 and all I want is some peace and quiet. Right? For my 30th birthday, I should want to go out, party, and have a good time. All I want for my 30th is a cigarette and to be left alone. Right? We're planning a trip to Sedona, right? My girlfriend thinks that so we can take mushrooms and be at one with nature. It's kind of true, but the real reason is mushrooms, when they've talked to me, have never told me to like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you again. We're working on new stuff. It's chill. I'm loving life. Again, I'm just trying to be more present on stage. So I'm just doing this a little bit. It's fine. Thank you. I work at a hotel. Yeah, it's fine. It's whatever. It's like an interesting job, though. I learned some stuff. Like, I learned that this month is a National Puzzle Appreciation Month. I also learned it is National Human Trafficking Awareness Month. My brain wonders, are they connected? Like, is that how the puzzle industrial complex stays in business? Like, everyone's talking about all the missing children every year, but no one's talking about all the uncompleted puzzles. One piece is too many, people. If you see something,
say something. Thank you, puzzle child abduction joke, better than I thought that was gonna go. I appreciate you. I also love it here because sometimes I say a joke and I don't know why it's working, but everybody just sounds like they're on mushrooms because you guys are supportive and I enjoy it. Thank you, so it's fun. I have a girlfriend. I don't know if that's a surprise. But like more than anything, I'm just like thankful that she came along when she did. Because like if you're single and loving life, more fucking power to you. But it was just getting a little dark for me. Like I was single for 5 years. I was just going down like a dark path. Don't worry, it wasn't drugs. I was thinking about getting a bird. Right? I had no girlfriend. I was gonna have me a bird friend. Right? And like that's a bad look if you're in your 20s. If you're in your 20s and have a bird, it's obvious because every person flew away. Thank you. We live together, which is a new thing for me. I've never lived with a person. It's kind of interesting. It's like a cultural exchange in a way. Like we're both white devils, but like different type of white devil. Right? She's like Northeast Whitey. I'm like Southeast Whitey. Right? Like she introduced me to yoga. I introduced her to Waffle House. Right? Like she took me to Cape Cod. I took her to Walmart. And like not no neighborhood market or like a Walmart supercenter. I took her to a fucking Walmart. Like venereal disease, mass shooting, vibe-ass Walmart. Right? Like, she's showing me white privilege. I'm showing her white trash. It's great. She's a bisexual woman. Thank you. I am a hero. No, I bring it up because like I like talk to a dude about this and they like get weird when I mention that she's bisexual. And I didn't realize why, but I thought about it. And I realized, sir, that a lot of dudes are insecure with the idea that their girl gets more pussy than them. And like, here's the thing, everybody. She's hot. She probably has. I'm not worried, though, because like, I know I don't have like the best dick. But like, I know it's a really kind and supportive dick. Like, I don't always dick her down, but I try to raise her up. Like, if we break up, all I hope is that I made her come to accept herself, is what I'm trying to say. Thank you. At the hotel. I'm a fan of drugs. It's pretty obvious. Thank you. But I'm like not a comedian who believes that like everybody should do drugs. But I am a comedian who believes that everybody is already doing drugs. Constantly, every person ever. And if like some people don't believe me, but like I think it's fair that everybody like uses something to alter their consciousness in one way or another, right? Whether it's alcohol or coffee or fucking TikTok. Because I'm not on TikTok, but like that shit just scares me. Like, I think we should just fully acknowledge that TikTok is like the digital equivalent of fentanyl. Yeah! Right? It is, right? Because it's like imported from China. It's sweeping the nation, and I'm not fun enough to have a good time when it comes out. Like, I just know that's not my vibe. I'm more like I'm afraid of social media. Like, people are afraid of drugs. I'm not afraid of drugs. I'm terrified of social media. Because, like, my whole life, people have, like, told me it's a drug, and I've 100% believed that. But, like, say what you want about harder drugs. Like, I've gotten way less trouble on cocaine, like, than I did on Facebook. Right? Like, on Facebook, I got in an argument with Jesus at an Applebee's. But on Facebook, I've ruined 2 careers, and I'm pretty sure I'm on a watch list now. So, like, you pick your poison, I guess. Thank you. I don't know. Psychedelics, they're fun. They're the best. We've talked about them. But I love how weird psychedelics are. Specifically, how weird they are is my favorite bit. Like, I love mushrooms because I took so many mushrooms one time, a human voice told me to move to California.
And I did it, right?
But thank you. We're still figuring out if that was the right move, but whatever, God told me to come. But like, I took so much acid once that like I then did a whip it and saw time and space compress into one moment, explode like the Big Bang. It was miraculous. But the weirdest drug that I have ever done is masturbate and then just think a whole bunch. Now that's a vision quest. You don't need to do mescaline at Joshua Tree. Jerk off in a bathroom. Consider how you got there. All right, you guys have been fun. My name is Hunter White. You can find me on Instagram at My Name is Hunter and Flappers on the 8th. Have a good night.
You're the best. We are a horrible audience, by the way. Don't think we're sweet, right? But we're horrible. We're terrible, right? I'm just wondering if we could give a few minutes to this guy that pulled this place together. Would you like to come on stage for a minute?
Yeah.
Would you? I'm talking about this gentleman over here.
I know. I'm just urging you.
You.
Zafir?
Come on, boy.
Say something.
This proves that marriage is endless humiliation. No matter what you do. Okay, I originally said I'm never marrying another Jewish woman. So here I meet this beautiful black woman. I thought she was Puerto Rican. comes into my art studio wearing a fur coat and carrying an LED, and I said, I'm done. This is great. I'm never going to have to buy another piece of shit in my life. Little did I know how expensive she really was. First month of her living with me, the phone bill was $400. But that was just in my house. My parents' summer house was another $200. My father said, what the hell is going on here? Gee, what is this number? 2015437. Well, that's my girl, Susan Hall. 72 minutes. After a while, I used to call when she was on the phone, whore call. You never know who was picking up the phone, what shit they were talking about. But again, endless humiliation. Then, what is it? And you know them, right? I have, she's right, 2 demon daughters. I've had Aviva and Tova. They started out as the cute, well, they started out as little children. Now they're in their 20s, and now they're telling me what to do. There's nothing I can do in this life where I am not being abused. Right now it's the 3 of them. It's like, I can't even eat my eggs without being told I'm using the wrong fork by 3 women. And they each want me to use a different hand. Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a stand-up comic, as you know. That was totally extemporaneous. It came from the heart. Right? I'm an attorney. I use humor in court sometimes. Judges don't like it. They have no sense of humor, especially about themselves, considering they're some of the dumbest human beings. So I say this because I'm shocked by it, and I'm not making any comments upon cancel culture or anything like that. But when the senator, whoever he was saying, asked this candidate for a federal judgeship, what was Article 5 of the Constitution, and she couldn't say it, and then he asked her what Article 2 of the Constitution was. Who nominates these people other than Joe Biden? I mean, what is going through his head? Doesn't he at least have a screening panel that asks them in advance, listen, you're going to be a federal judge. Do you know the Constitution? And the answer is, they don't care. Because then he had to ask her about, and I can't pronounce the words, I'm not even going to try. There's a concept in the law of interpreting the Constitution according to how you feel. What you feel it should be rather than what it says. Listen, it isn't the longest document on earth. It doesn't take a very long period of time to read it. It's done pretty well for the last 200 years. It's kind of like a fungus. Right? You don't got to feed it, but it just grows and changes with the times, right? Now we have all these friggin' lunatics around that just want to say, well, we don't need a constitution. Well, what do you need? Well, we believe in George Soros. That's all we're supposed to do. As long as George tells us what's right, we know we don't need a constitution. That man has spent $18 billion trying to turn this country into a socialist haven. For whom? Now, 25 years ago, we were all taught that George Soros was a communist agent. You wondered where the money came from. He came out of Hungary, didn't have a pot to piss, and next thing you know, he's a billionaire. telling us how to live our lives. And he stands there with that little stupid face on him. Looks like a round-faced Bernie Madoff. You know, it's just, think about it, Albert. The people that want to tell us, the people in this country that want to tell us how to run our lives are some of the weirdest people I've ever met. AOC thinks everybody wants her. No way. Standing up there in front of the Congress, it's behind her. And she says, well, you know, we have to do X, Y, and Z. Well, here in New York. You're not in New York. You said it twice. Where was she? She was in Washington, D.C. She don't even know where she is. Now we got Joe Biden telling Joe what questions he can answer during... Now tell me, listen, how many years has he been taking classified documents? Okay. Now, and then the best one is Whoopi Goldberg. You do something bad, Whoopi's going to come up with some bullshit now to say it was fine. Now, you said, well, you know, he may have declassified them as vice president. Where is the paperwork? It's like Trump. I declassified them. Where is the paperwork? They all have this shit in their houses because they think they can be writing these books. You know, they all think that they're Prince William. No, not William. He's the one home. Harry, right? They all think they're gonna write a tell-all. I mean, I love that tell-all. They didn't like me. Listen, I hate my brother too. It ain't no big deal. He's at least done something to me. My brother didn't like me when I was in high school. Of course not, you little nerd. He was older than you are. What kind of normal brother relationship do you have? You're 18. If you're 16 and your brother's 18 or 19, he don't want you around. You're getting in the way of his girlfriends. He don't want you snitching on him. You don't send kids to the same boarding school. You know? Oh my God, they didn't like my wife. Listen. Long-time family history. We all know. We lived through it. I brought home a black woman. My mother said to me, "You're going to kill me." I said, "When?" I didn't talk to her for 3 years. One day she walks into my office, hands me a card and says, "What's this?" She says, "A girl." I said, "So what?" She goes, "Well, at least she's white and Jewish." I said, "My wife's Jewish." I said, "What's your problem?" So I heard the same thing. Yes, there was an idiot that went over to Tova, my darling little baby, and called her little Kunta Kinte. There are stupid people in this world. All right? There's no question about it. But you don't go on television and trash everybody like my family did. Oh, no. No, my wife trashed. So you know the whole story about my brother-in-law, and my sisters, for defamation. All you comics, listen carefully. Be very careful not to say anything that can be construed about your brother-in-law. Brothers-in-laws are the world's greatest assholes. Except my dead one. Jason was okay. He was harmless. Anyhow, my brother-in-law was one of those guys who was lucky that his father was born first. Now he's going to sue me for saying that, but it's true. You know, my father always said it. How do you sue somebody when they can't even tell it was you? Until you sue. Never sue anybody for defamation. Nobody knows who you are. Who are you? Nobody in America knows who you are. But if you sue me for defamation, they sure as hell would. Yeah. So you got to be careful about these things you do. You got to be careful about emails. You got to be careful about the internet. Now I sound like a lawyer and not a comic. But the truth of the matter is, all this shit I'm talking about is funny today.
Yes.
Yeah. WhatsApp. I get a call from somebody. Yeah, call me on WhatsApp. Why? I'm wondering if I know what I said. TikTok? Please. Give me a break. I mean, my wife talks about how she missed out on TikTok. She'd be in jail. I mean, there's no question that TikTok is a Chinese spy bot. What else? And my daughters don't even go on TikTok anymore. Facebook. Do I want to share my business with people? You're sharing your business with people. You were raised better than that. You know better, Albert. Do not tell people your business. And there you are. Oh, yeah, you're going to be my friend on Facebook. There are people who actually think that these are their friends. Right? It is sad. What's the other social media? Oh, the best, Twitter. Oh, when did Twitter become the ultimate means of communicating in this country? Has anybody ever heard of reading a book? Anybody heard of an article? No. All they do, my time's up. It's my time. On that note, to see Bob Dean here.
Yeah, right?
It's been a while.
Wait, tell them where to find you.
Oh, I didn't know where to be found. I'm going to be very honest with you. I don't have no social media.
Yes, you do. Tell them your social
I got
media.
LinkedIn.
Professional.
That's all you need. You can gossip nicely. You don't tell jokes. You can say what you're doing. You just go on LinkedIn. You don't need this Instagram or Facebook.
And where do they follow you on LinkedIn? Under?
Mark Safran.
There you go.
You don't even need an alias like Alfred the Comic or Bob the Bear.
Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
31 years, right? Wow. You weren't married 31. That's we gotta stick to the date, man.
I don't know it.
Suppose your kids end up like living up and giving the cow. Yeah, what is it like? Don't live with the cow to give up the milk free?
I heard some rumor that Bill Gates is spending his money on stopping cows from farting. He must be the luckiest man in the world inventing that computer. Because everything else he's done since then has been dumb and bullshit.
But how do you really feel, Mark Safran? That's the question. I gotta tell you, no, it was a great night. We have just a little bit more comedy to do, but let me tell you what's going on. I know it's crazy tonight. This has been a crazy night. And you know why? Because I set the tone. That's why as an MC, don't set the tone. I told you what not to do, and we all did what we were not supposed to do tonight. That was being like absolutely filthy and talking about all these things. And there's someone here that's so special because she's my mini-me in so many ways, and she understands that my husband's not here all the time, and we're going out to dinner because Sam gave us permission. Our little Aviva gave us permission.
Where are you going out to dinner?
La Bruschetta.
Okay.
You promised for our anniversary.
Not tonight.
Oh, we're out. Now listen, guys, pay attention. One thing, if you didn't pay, please make sure you pay Sam. And also, if you need a tape, talk to Sam. Also, make sure Ryan gives me your number. And if you guys don't have my phone number, make sure you get it from Sam. Sam, have you heard your name enough?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay,
I love you, and this color is pistachio.
Make sure you.
Thank you for letting me take her on. Seriously, a wonderful night. You guys are awesome. Bob Dean. I keep hearing Bob Dean, like you were great. I love you guys. I'm gonna do my comedy, and then other people are gonna do theirs, and then we're all gonna stay till the end. We're gonna pay. You're watching me like I'm in school. Okay, watch this. You're gonna pick up your bottles. Whoever's like really writing really like vicious messages in fecal matter in the women's restroom. Albert, that was important. Did you hear that part? Did you hear it? Tell me what I said. I said there's someone writing vicious messages in fecal matter. You didn't hear it either. It's fake, you guys. But there's something in me that thinks like pooing in a place that you shouldn't is truly hilarious. I haven't done it enough, so I had some things to say. So we were talking about holding the purse at the mall and you don't want to. It's like, I feel like people holding my purse at the mall are trying to fill my puss with their balls, and it's like, I feel like that has to, you have to have both. Like, you can't just have one, you know what I'm saying? It's a bit much. And I feel like, what is worse, like, being seen holding, like, a purse, like, I feel like that's, like, cool, like, that's, like, oh, anyways, because I'm just seeing a lot of, like, fanny pack, like, you know, versatility that I really wish, like, wasn't, I don't want to explore that, you know? Like, I feel like we're already in an era of like the most bangs, you know what I'm saying? Like, what is a bang? Like, that's where my mind's at, like, because that's what I'm thinking about. Really important stuff. I almost got a bird. A rat was cheaper. He recently passed. Because I low-key just stopped hanging out with him. And I was like, you're not with him. I was like, you're not giving me what I need. No, he was like so chill. Chester Ravioli. I took him to a party. So fast, and I fucking freaked it. And I totally didn't think about how like there's probably shit all over the floor like the next morning. But you live it, and you live it, and you keep living it. Okay, Patty and I, we're at an old age home. We're gonna do a little gig there, which is really exciting. And let's give it up for Patty! Let's give it up for Patty! today I was asked if I was his wife. Best moment of my life, you know? Wow, I almost said yes. I was like, that is real. They were playing a Rummy Cube. I'm like, is this Mahjong? Like, I don't know what was like going on. I was trying to relate to them so bad. And I told one of them, he's like, where are you from? I said LA, and he was like, where are you from? And I was like, this has never happened to me before, you know? Like, I don't know. And then I started saying streets. We actually started saying restaurants. Like, it was actually really weird. But I proved I'm from LA, as my accent does too, you know, from the canyons of Kardashian. Deep in the woods of Beverly, you know what I'm saying? Just a little bit of Sunda, because I don't know why. I try to be here, but I'm also a lot like her. Dude, that Mahjong moment was actually so embarrassing. I recently did a set, and it was awful. Oh God, isn't that beautiful? That feels like shitting in a place you shouldn't, you know? Really, it's kind of powerful. And I'm looking at everyone, I'm like, you're better than me right now. You did better. And I think that's maybe something that I could put on a future resume. You know what I'm saying? Like, I work all the time. Okay, I work at a really important, kind of industry. Thank you so much. Thank you. Guys, you're fucking, okay, fuck you. I'm important. I'm seen, I'm valid, I'm beautiful. I work at fucking Bath and Body Works, okay? And I spray room spray outside into the mall. Wait, what was I gonna say? Oh, my manager, right? So it's like I wear a radio. And an apron. People ask me all the time if I work there. I'm like, what is my face giving that I'm such an enthusiast that like I'm there frequently? And then there's this woman who's at the mall all the time. And I recently learned her name's Jackie, but the first time I met her, like I was looking at her dog in booties and I was feeling really down about that. And I was looking at it, and I, like, smiled, and she was like, so cute, right? And I was like, yeah, and I turned to my coworker, and I saw her, like, really frequently. I pet the dog for the first time, real sweetheart. I just don't get the dog thing, you know what I mean? Like, I just don't really... The first testicles I ever saw was a pit bull on an escalator, and I don't think I ever came back from that. I can be like, Mommy, what is that? Mom! Press the stop button. Your dog's broken. Something's jangling back there. What the fuck is that? Fucking balls? What is that? One time I was at the mall. This is not the mall I worked at. This was at the West Side Pavilion. This story I'm about to tell. I really miss that mall so much. I think it was like Rick Santos's. I want to name drop like Mark so bad. I don't know a goddamn thing. I don't know anything. But I know one thing, that I know nothing. And I think that's brave. I think more people should say that. Thank you so much, Lindsay, for clapping that. I know nothing. He's like, Oh, I'm at the mall, right? I'm like 6'7", prime age. Dude, at the mic I was feeling at, like, I made this joke. I was like, yeah, Leonardo DiCaprio went to my high school to pick up his girlfriends. Oh, I'm kidding. He went to my high school. And that was like the first laugh I got. And I was like, little girl pussy, you gotta laugh. No laugh. I said, little boy pussy? No laugh! And they were talking about suicide the whole night. Suicide. I'm like, guys, I don't know. A bit much. Like, don't touch a little boy pussy, but, like, don't commit suicide. Like, it's, like... So I'm at the mall, and this woman's like, your daughter's so beautiful. Like, she should be a model. And I'm like... And my mom's like, oh, whatever. And she gives her the card. And I'm like, I really want to do this, whatever. And my mom, like, actually was going to take me to the studio. Because what got me is that she said, have you heard of Zach and Cody? I said, have you heard of them? Every single night before bed, I would be like, which one tonight? Zach or Cody? Like, where am I at? And it was like, Zach was when I was feeling brave. Like, Zach is when I'm like, ooh, like, fuck the rules. Like, I wish I could do whatever I want. And I was like, but Cody's gonna fucking be there for me when times are tough. Not physically, of course, but in every way that he could. But, so I was like showering before, and I was like, Mom, I showered. I even really got my privates, just in case they want to look. I was fucking made for this industry. I'm here. That's crazy. Then I found out doctor and fam, like, that's who could see my privates. They're private. Except one time I did ask my doctor, I was like, are you sure this is like a girl part? Because this shit's kind of like, it looked weird to me, you know what I mean? Like, I felt like pretty Princess Barbie, like, what? Now I'm cross-talking. But, like, what you're talking about, like, the modern vaginal dream. Like, it's truly oppressive, almost, I would say. So glad it's being spoken upon. There's a lot of male feminists tonight. That's been really for 2 minutes. Thank God. Okay. The thing about having sex with somebody with a penis is that it's there.
Yeah.
It's there. And they're there. So if they don't have the penis, you have to bring it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't get that part. I've never, because I don't like steps. I don't like steps at all. There's a phone buzzing. It's probably mine. Okay, this is a bit like I wanted to, but it's so hard. Like, it's so, okay. Think about bringing somebody with a penis is that it's always there. And then you somebody have to bring the penis. And it's like, but penis is there. Like, it's mine for the conquering. You know what I mean? Like, it's there. It's for me. This is the penis song. I'll sing it all alone. Whip out your fucking dog. Don't even sing along till I can see your penis. This is a song. Every time I make it up on the spot even more. And I didn't do it another night because it's and that's why I'm not having sex. You know what I'm saying? Like, that. It's going fake. Going fake as fuck. Nobody's putting that on their hinge. Thank you guys so much. We had like 18 views. So whoever's being like nobody's watching, like everyone's fucking watching. Hunter Biden is watching. Mark moment. Mike's stepping out. Oh! Okay, I'm gonna bring up another comedian. One who has not obviously performed yet. Okay, so calm down. If you already performed, we're not gonna call you up like you were good. You're not that good. I'm gonna bring up the comedy of the one and only. Wait, ring the bell again. No. Wait, one more time. Henry Ladd! Give it up for Henry!
Kenzie, have you gone up yet?
Nah, dude.
It's fucked up. I feel bad because like I met with Sundar early this morning to talk about like jokes and stuff, and then I took a nap and woke up at like 7:30, and I texted Sundar because I thought she would be mad at me. Like my mom, because she texted me on Wednesday, like, what the fuck are you doing? You're not working. So I was like, oh, you didn't give me a goal or anything. Like, I get it. Like, I'm trying, but yeah. Let's see. I'm a Jew. If you haven't met me, my name is Henry Laz. I am a Jewish comedian from New York, because there were not enough already. Yeah, gotta add, oversaturate. Yeah, though the thing is, like I say, I'm from New York, and people don't really get it. If you're from New York, you'll get it. Because people from New York City say where in the city they're from. You know, oh, I'm from Brooklyn. Even people from Staten, they're like, oh, I'm from Staten and I made it out. I'm in LA, you know? Oh, I'm from the dumpster on 83rd Street. I'm from Brooklyn, whatever. You know, people from New York, I'm from like an hour outside suburbs. And people from New York don't really notice that. But like, let's see, one of my grandmas died recently. Yeah, that's fair. She was kind of a bitch. That's fair. It's true, she was. I have another grandma. It's fine. When she dies, I will be destroyed. Okay? When I was with Cinda today, we called her because I was saying how, you know, if everyone thought I was as handsome as my grandma thought I would be, I would be on the cover of every magazine there is. I mean... oh my god, she thinks I'm so clever. Like, yeah. I love her. She's great. Albert, hold on. What's your name, man?
Bob.
Bob Dean, okay. So I assume, I came in late and I feel bad. I assume you, like, procured the women for, like, Howard and Artie to touch or whatever it was.
Yeah.
No. What do you do? You have a podcast?
Yeah.
Porn stars.
What's your podcast called? We'll check it out.
Yeah, it's called Thanks. It's the Bob Dean Show.
If Lenny liked it, I'm sure I'll enjoy it.
Yeah, I'm proud of that.
Yeah, if Lenny enjoyed it, I'm sure I will.
But it's just getting back in production, so they're old episodes, but they're great, so please subscribe. Get ready for more.
I was saying to Sunday today, I want to start a podcast with Albert. I feel, here, these are some topics we could discuss. I wrote it down.
pussy. In addition to pussy, we could also discuss women. We could discuss rap music. We could discuss World War I and II. Jimmy Carter death predictions. It's gonna happen soon. He's like 99. We could discuss the Washington Redskins, New York, Jim Crow laws, Joseph Smith. Obviously, we'd talk a little bit about homeless people. We'd mention Minister Farrakhan. And we'd have like Lenny or Kenzie on as a guest. Why not?
Yeah.
It'd be so fun. I'll have to find a producer.
And porn stars.
And porn stars, yeah. Sam, how much? All right. We need porn stars. How much?
Stage timer. I was about to get mad I wasn't in the podcast. I'm fine. I would. Is anyone else doing it?
Sam, it's not a real podcast.
Is anyone else doing a podcast? No, I know.
Oh, okay.
The way I committed, though.
Guys, big news though, because like a lot of times I'll come up here and I'll be like, I don't get much play, even though maybe I look like I do. Sunday was saying that to me, like I look attractive. I'm like, I don't think I do, but whatever.
She said the same to me.
Well, now I know she's fucking lying. Great. All right. But I said to my roommate yesterday, I think I'm gonna hang out with a slump buster. And he immediately got it. He's like, oh, you're gonna hang out with a BBW. I'm like, yep. Yeah. So I did. We got some Playboys. The main thing is like, I'm 20. I'm like a dog chasing a car. When I get one, I don't know what to do with it. You know, like, girls are like, oh, I like being told what to do. And I'm like, as a man, I love consent. And I'm giving you consent to do whatever you want. I will not say no. Like, you know, I just feel like it's weird. Like, suck my dick. Like, if you offer anything, I'm not gonna, like, what are we doing here? Yeah. I was saying to my roommates as well, like, I want to get in shape because I feel like I smoke a lot of weed and I just feel like my lung capacity, like, my stamina could be better. And immediately as I said that, he was like, oh, you want your stamina to be better for sex? And I was like, no. My lung stamina is not the problem there. Like, that is not... I have stamina problems, but more deep. Be cool, alright. Cool. Alright. Yeah, also, who was it that was mentioning you like jerking off and thinking a bunch? There are 3 women in this room, so let me explain. Basically, there's the way women work, I guess, is you guys can like come and then still be turned on. But the way a man works is that you could be in love with a woman, and the moment you come, you start realizing all of the mistakes you've made in your life, the people you didn't talk to, the last moments you could have spent with your grandfather, and you immediately realize this isn't what I want. You have to wait like 5 or 10 minutes and then you'll get back into it, but like in that time period, you have to really keep your head on so that you don't say the wrong thing and mess it up. All right. No, I don't want to talk about too much stuff I've talked about because I came late and this is the thing. We're all douchebags, right? We're douchebags. We're douches. Yeah, the douchebag club. Fuck yeah. I feel like, it pisses me off when people come into clubs late. Especially, like, yeah, straight up. Like, I was hesitant to come because I feel like it's rude. Like, with Patty, it's fine. Like, I've seen Patty said he knows I love him, but, like, I saw in the stream, like, it was your first time performing, and I wasn't here for that, and I'm sorry, man. What's your name, man?
Sean.
Sean?
Yeah.
There was something you talked about that I wanted to mention, but I forgot.
Was it about Greta Thunberg?
Yeah, it was. Yes. Okay. That's what it was. Okay, so this is the thing. So the age of consent in New York is 17 years old.
Word, fuck.
So I'm 20 years old. Like, this is the thing. It's like, theoretically, it's not right, you know? Like, it's 18 here. I looked it up because I thought it might be 17 here. It's not. It's 18. It's 17 in New York. So it's like, if I found a 17-year-old who's like super fit and she's like down, it's like, that's a tough scenario. You know, like for me, I feel like it's easy, but like, would you, Patty? Because like, this is the thing. Like, no, but she's been down. She's done it before. That's the thing. She's legal in this state. She's legal in this state. If she's legal, it's fine, guys.
Just because you can, don't mean you should.
No, I bet you can. It's fine. You can do it. Yeah, I was trying to talk to Mark because my ex-aunt, my ex-aunt, so she was my aunt, and then they got divorced because she's a cheating bitch. Mark was saying he hates judges, and I was like, yeah, that bitch is a judge. She is judging men and women on the regular, deciding their lives, and she destroyed her marriage because she couldn't keep it in her pants. It's also fucked up because she has 2 kids who are older than me and they don't even know about it. They're both like in their 20s. One of them is a kid. She doesn't know how their mom destroyed their original marriage.
She does now.
I don't think anyone's watching. Maybe they'll find
People
out.
are watching right now.
I know, when I was watching with the Greta Thunberg thing, because I was like thinking, oh, I could talk about 17-year-olds, I saw there was like 5 people watching. Shout out, y'all. Alright. Mark was talking about I'm gonna end on this. Mark was talking about classified documents. And I think when you think of presidents, it's one thing he mentioned that is true. I think he said it as a throwaway line, but it's true. A lot of recent presidents have had things with classified documents, like being left at different estates, whatever it is. Literally, all 3 of the last recent presidents, Obama, Trump, Biden, it's happened to all of them. I'm pretty sure it happened to Bush. I got you.
Oh, sorry. I just.
Oh.
My hand.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were like. No, that's on me. That's on me, anyways.
I'm so sorry.
It happened to all of them. Basically, the thing is the difference is like when it happened with Trump, he knew he had them. And then the FBI was like, yo, can we have these back? And he was like, nah. With Biden, especially with the narrative that, like, both right and left media paints, I feel like we can all just accept that he literally forgot they were there. He had them in his house, and he completely, like, they came over to find them. Oh, where'd I put them? Do you want me to make you some juice? We have these great beans. They're called Java. They make a great hot juice. Like he's just figuring it out, guys. He's the oldest president we've had. Even George W. Bush is younger. You can follow me on Instagram at Henry Laz. Thank you.
I was so flattered to be a hypothetical porn star, and I'll get a weirdest cat call. Like I was just smiling at work, like, and this guy said that smile got you in trouble. Do you know where the restroom is? And I was like, oh, it made my day. And I'm like, no, it didn't. Okay, I'm about to bring up a comedian who's new and true and really fucking amazing. You guys don't want to hear it. Oh, it looks like Andre's leaving. He's gonna miss it. Oh, he's gonna like stay up at night and be upset that he's gonna miss the comedy of the one and only Monica. You know where Monica? She's behind the computer and shit. What?
So, growing up, I moved around a lot as a kid. Wasn't really a military situation. My parents just had commitment issues with property. That's the thing about Indians. We fucking love buying houses. And big ones too. We don't settle for the small shit. We want 3-car garages, foyers, lawns. You know how hard it is to have a lawn in a country of 1 billion people? We want to flex so hard, our beds have throw pillows. Because for my parents who grew up in India, all their pillows were throw pillows. Now we have the financial security to designate. It's like when the Romans got to finally choose their weapons instead of picking up random rocks on the floor and throwing it at the enemy. No, Lucius, this is my throwing rock. Real estate is the #1 preferred asset class among Indians, second only to insurance and coconut oil, the latter of which, under heated circumstances, actually becomes a liquid asset. But yeah, we need big houses because we have a lot of shit, because we don't throw anything away. You know, I'll be about to throw away some carrot scraps, and I'll say, no. I'll put it in the avial. There'll be some green beans rotting in the fridge, and I'll say, no. I'll put it in the avial. There'll be a carton of milk that's been sitting in the back of the fridge for 6 months. There's some green shit growing at the bottom. My mom will say, no. I'll make it into yogurt. Then I'll put it in the avial. And for those of you who don't know, avial is like the jungle juice of South Indian curries. You just throw everything in there. Texture's kind of there, kind of not, kind of the color of vomit. But believe me, it tastes great. We had all this stuff. One time I told my dad, I should go to Salvation Army with this. He's like, you want to go into the army? God, you could never go into the army. They'll think you're the enemy. I was like, fuck, Dad, that's a lot. And he was like, besides, we're not a military family. We just have commitment issues with property. But yeah, we need big houses because we keep a lot of shit. And a lot of that is for cooking. We want to make really, really good food. You need a lot of ingredients, a lot of pots and pans, and as a result, a lot of space for it. During the pandemic, my family lived in a pretty small apartment, and my bed was taken by a bag of basmati rice. I slept on the floor. I looked at that bag of rice, I was like, yeah, you've done more for this family than I ever have. Because in Indian kitchens, we don't just have pantries, we have repositories. You open that pantry door, the shelves are packed. 10 different kinds of flour, 8 different kinds of chili, like a big toe in a jar somewhere, but don't worry, it's vegetarian. 20 different kinds of lentils or dal in Hindi. You know, urud dal, tur dal, masoor dal, American girl dal. We have to assimilate somehow. Indians, we have such a high pulse count. That's why so many of us have high blood pressure. It's not the stress or the immigration stuff. It's the beans, believe me. You know, and if you pull out the third mason jar from the second to the top shelf, a secret door will open like one of those 18th century mystery movies. Like the floor will just disappear from underneath you and go like right into a secret lair where we keep like even more of the real shit, like the shit that like white people have been staging coups since 1492 for. You know? Yeah, you thought that was cumin we gave you? It was concrete sand. Put that in your butter noodles, bitches. Go make your golden milk lattes. You don't want to know what's really in them. And it's crazy now because you can actually buy turmeric pills at the store, like some kind of wonder drug. And that's always confused me because I'm like, shit, now the American medical complex is after us. Which is weird because a lot of the doctors that recommend those pills are Indian. So why are you giving that shit away? That's our livelihood. We put that in everything. It's worse than coconut oil. No, but for real though, we hold on to a lot of things because security is a fundamental value. Housing security, financial security. Way too many of us work in cybersecurity. You know, we love predictability. We love routines. We need a chai break every day at 4:45 p.m. That's why cricket is the only sport with tea time in the schedule. We need our 50 different kinds of biscuits, our comfort foods, our snacks. When Maggi noodles, which is like basically the Indian version of ramen, I ate this every week growing up. When Maggi noodles were found to have toxic quantities of lead in them, Indians were like, I'll still keep the sauce packets. You know, at home, we cook the same fucking foods every day. We go to our family friends' houses for dinners, we eat the exact same foods there, but this time it's in an Instapot. My grandma, who lives with us, every day she'll spend 4 hours, at least 4 hours, watching Tamil or Hindi cooking videos, making the exact same foods that she already makes so well, because we love predictability. Indians, we're not risk takers. We are rusk takers. Rusk being a popular tea biscuit. The whole trope that you have, you know, having to be a doctor, a lawyer, engineer, it's annoying, don't get me wrong, but it comes from a good place of wanting that security for your kids because, you know, parents like mine know what it's like to not have that. But even though, you know, kids like us get to grow up pretty comfortably, their former insecurities only get channeled into a new set of insecurities for us, right? That you have to be smart, that you have to be preserving of your heritage, that you have to be uber successful. Some Indian dad watching this is like, yo, she's working as Uber driver now. Because we know, you know, what our parents sacrificed to give us this life, and you know, when I think about it, that's why I chose stand-up. No, for real talk though, I'm. This is kind of like my 3-week anniversary being here. Best school I ever attended. Like fuck high school. I've learned so much getting to listen to y'all's comedy, and learn so much of myself about this experience. I've done some good things, done some bad things. If y'all watched Monday's live stream and there was no audio, that was my fault. I did not switch it on. Albert knows especially. So I was like really tempted to like dub opera music over the whole thing, or like the Kahoot theme song just for like 2 hours straight. But I just don't have the editing skills for that yet. But anyways, that's all I have for today. Thank you so much for listening. Oh yes.
Where can we find you?
You can find me right here on Mondays and Fridays. Or you can find me on Instagram at Monica_Narain_. That's MONIKA_NARAIN. And I won the spelling bee. Thank you. Give it up for Sam!
Give it up again for Monica.
Yeah,
3 weeks is
Monica.
not an exaggeration. She's been here for 3 weeks. She's killing it.
That's true.
How are you guys feeling? Are you good? Are you feeling good? Good. I'm about to bring up another comedian. I love doing that. It's like a little joke with myself at this point. Jokes with yourself. This comedian is about to do some comedy. Give it up for the one. I need to start doing better rhymes. Kenzie! Come on, Kenzie! Give it up. Give it up.
Yeah, fuck George Soros. that goddamn propagandist. We gotta stick with the Constitution. Morals. And all this socialist bullshit. And with that, gonna give our money away. Preserve the wealth. George Soros. Redistribution. Yeah. I don't know.
AOC has great titties, though. He's wrong about that.
AOC has nice titties?
I can say it as a feminist, okay?
Are they out
way
there?
better titties. Oh, Pelosi has fucking great tits. I can say that as a feminist.
Have you seen that basketball chick's titties yet?
The Brittany Griner?
Brittany Griner's titties?
She's gay. I'm not interested in her.
Dude, it's like a dude's chest. Like, she doesn't get censored on Instagram because it's
You think
like,
I would?
Yeah, no, you could get away with it. Jesus Christ.
Podcast with Lenny's Areolas.
I gotta take a step back. My God. Come on, those bad boys.
Right? You see?
Anyways.
She ain't got nothing on these.
Alright, shut the fuck up. Alright, I'm a guy, so naturally I'm a good problem solver. Like most guys, we got simple solutions to problems. You upset about something? Take a breath. Are you poor? Work. But I'm starting to come up with some simple solutions to some bigger problems. Homelessness. I think we need more pawn shops. If we get more pawn shops in the city, that's going to give homeless people more opportunities to sell their stolen goods, like bikes and microwaves, potentially stimulating that sector of the economy, hopefully getting them to maybe lower class off of the streets and into some sort of shelter that's acceptable for a human, Thank you. I had a bike stolen out of my garage. And ever since, oh man, I don't like homeless people anymore. But ever since that, but now it's like in me now. Whenever I look at any bike ever, is that my bike? Could that be my red Schwinn? Nope, it's a different. But yeah, I miss that bike.
The oil crisis. Buy a Tesla. Okay, go green. Switch to EV. Get out of that old piece of shit gas guzzling, conservative car, and get a Tesla. Go get yourself a Model 3. All right. Simple solutions, not intelligent solutions. Simple. 'Cause I'm a simple kind of man. But yeah, it's 2023. Still haven't done a 23andMe. Still don't know what kind of white I am. Whatever it is, it's the kind that likes ranch too much. Way too much. Give me enough Hidden Valley buttermilk ranch on the side and it's delicious. Yeah. Gordon Ramsay. Speaking of Ramsay, you had Bob, you had kind of Dave Ramsey vibes, the financial guru, but then you were like, I got $8. And I was like, this guy, he doesn't have budgeting advice. He's not going to fix my financial crisis. Nah. Sad Ryan left. I was mad at Ryan. He was slut-shaming me during his set. Something about getting my dick sucked, something like that. And I thought he looked extremely cute. I wanted to tell him, but then he told me that he looked cute. Didn't he? Did Ryan look cute tonight? He was cute. Yeah. He had the cuffs and the Jeff Gordon jacket and the tuck. He was looking real cute. And he kind of swayed his head, kind of like. Yeah. Usually he's sitting, but he had that kind of Fuck. Oh, and Patty, to address your question, conservative what? A conservative idiot. Yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like you don't need that 23andMe test to know who you are, though. Like, just because you know where you're from doesn't mean you know who, like, you are. I feel like, okay, bye. I feel like you need I feel like you need a quest to like find out who you are, and that's why I'm getting back into World of Warcraft. A lot of quests there, a lot of dungeons to raid, a lot of princesses to save. I'm really hoping for an elvish princess. Any of y'all fans of elvish women in the house? Any? Yeah, okay, fuck it, I got some support. Last time I asked, everyone was like, just you. Born this way. Like, don't shame me. Lord of the Rings changed me. Yeah, those elvish queens. Yeah. Ever since. But yeah. Gotta go raid that dungeon. Even if it's like an orc princess, I'll be okay. Like, even if it's an orc. I'll love her. And hopefully I find out who I am in the end of all of that. Anyways, y'all seen China's got more concentration camps popping up? Yeah, I actually went to one of these concentration camps, except we called it a meditation retreat. Yeah, we worked really hard on our concentration. Yeah. No, I've never been to China. I wouldn't be able to make it there. I wouldn't have like my the full effects of my white privilege. Because in China, the main privilege is Chinese privilege, right? And if white privilege isn't at the top of the hierarchy in the nation, I'm not gonna make it. I'm too used to it. I wouldn't be able to get by out there. I would fail in China. Who knows? I'd get desperate. Real desperate. But, yeah. Speaking of China, we're coming off of COVID. Making a lot of changes. You know, the world's changing at a rapid pace. We gotta change too, or else you're gonna be like this man sleeping in the front, Albert. He hasn't changed since the 70s. It's the same outfit. No, but I'm making a lot of changes. Yeah, I started washing my hands after using the bathroom. That's a good one. I also started FaceTiming my grandma more. Yeah, just in time because she was getting into crypto. Yeah, I got a crypto grandma. Yeah, she was like, Kenzie, digital currency's the future. I was like, Grandma, you don't have much future left. Stick to the silver coins and stamps, you know. But yeah. I also started changing my underwear. Yeah, making big moves. Anyways, who knows if this will be funny, but we've a lot of talk about religion tonight. It's coming up, yeah, at least throughout like every other set. And like, I'm not religious, but I like to go on walks. And, you know, when I'm walking, I feel like I'm walking with God.
He's always there.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And the other day I was walking and I saw like 20 parrots. And I was hoping for a pirate. But there was no pirate. But there was God. All right. All right. Thanks for coming out, y'all, and sticking around. Comment on Instagram at KenzieJF. Keep the show going. Let's keep this going.
Let's give it up for Kenzie, guys.
Thank you.
We're almost through the night. I want to thank everybody for being very patient. I know it's hard because we're all, as one previously said, douchebags. Let's give it up for the next comic, the one and only Iman. Iman!
Oh, well. I'm in pain. It only hurts when I laugh. But you'll laugh the more I hurt, right? Yeah, I'm at that age where you get conditions. You get the sort of pain that it's just not so simple. I got the pinched nerve in my shoulder. Oh, seriously, it sucks. It's not arthritis. It's not bad joints. It's not bad muscles. It's something, some little tiny microscopic fiber of the nerve. And of course, I can't tell it to the family because saying, "Oh, you're just complaining." It's just feeling a strange feeling down my left arm. I'm thinking, oh, it's got symptoms like a heart attack. It wasn't any different when I was younger. All the other kids had interesting, stints in the hospital. Broken arm, had to get the tonsils out. Leukemia, very interesting. It was hard discussing my problems, my ailments. I had the ruptured appendix. What's that? You tore the pages out of a book? And I'm getting over the death of a friend. He's, and as it is, Julian Sands, he's still missing up in the mountains. My friend went hiking in the mountains. He died. We called him the Lone Wolf. He would go all the way out into the mountains, all by himself. But he was climbing one of those high cliffs and fell. So he's got a new nickname, the Coyote. You never know. And he's got one of those Facebook posts where even weeks later we're still sending messages to him. I'll say, "Oh, buddy Todd, we're missing you so much." I got a lot of those other friends who have been dead for years, and people are still dropping off those messages. Andrew, I wish you were here, buddy. Hope you're doing well. He's dead 5, 10 years. You know, people are not right in their minds. But then, you know, here we are talking about our friend Jesus and how he got sent to the cross and how they let Barabbas go. It was like they chose between Jesus and Barabbas. You know, he got off on killing some guy, and he was in a rebellion. Probably a white guy. Got off on a technicality, right? Yes. I had some really strange nightmares as a kid. I remember having these really nightmares in black and white. It must have been my brother's underground comics that I'd sneak in and read. Those crazy comics. I'd be waking up screaming, "Mommy, Mommy!" The monster's coming after me in Baroque style. Oh, but seriously, I did have these strange nightmares. But what cured me was my other brother's collection of pornography. Seriously. Once those wet dreams came, those nightmares were gone. They were gone like that. More specifically, like that. But I'm trying my hand at comedy. It seems like you gotta be a jack of all trades here. But you got to watch out, because if you're too much a nonconformist in this burg, they'll crucify you. Because, you know, I didn't come to judge to this city, but to change it. But if you get in someone's bad side, you're totally the enemy. But I miss the East Coast. I'm from Boston. A lot of artists went to Boston to learn how to paint and all that. I had a whole bunch of friends who were artists. I can see, ever since coming here, I really miss the East Coast. All these paintings and photographs that I see are of the East Coast, and it's just so beautiful. Those dirty alleys and those paintings of the trees and the skylines are just so artistic. Do they have anything like that here? No, because, you know, I noticed one thing. They don't look up to see all the beautiful architecture. I got a soft spot for architecture. It's like everybody's going like this, looking down, but they're not looking up. Used to be a whole lot of beautiful sights around here, but they don't even want to look up at the Hollywood sign anymore. I know this because I do tour driving. They don't want to see the old Bendix building where LA was building airplanes, and they don't want to look up at the Hollywood sign. They want to drive up there. They want us to drive great big bus up the side of the hills like this. It is nuts. Oh, and anybody here play football? If you play football at all, well, if you need to get in practice, just walk along Hollywood Boulevard. You gotta weave through the crowds like this. Seriously, the selfie stick, I use that selfie stick, I just put a sign on it that says, "Get out of the way," and it's just like it's just like being back in New England, shoveling the snow. It's shoveling the corpses out of the way. Well, the walking corpses are here. I step out of the way. I just say to the corpses saying, "Hey, man, can you spare some change?" I leave them alone. But nuts. Oh, and the weather here, it's kind of capricious. Are you anybody here sweating? Yeah. I'm already sweating. You got a layer. What it is that people are saying, it's freezing out here. But I don't know whether I should put on this heavy jacket or just put on a long sleeve or a short sleeve. But that seems to be the in thing, to dress in so many different styles, because once that jacket goes out of style, you take it off. And that gets me thinking, but why bad things happen to good people? And then I remember, good things happen to bad people all the time. All those lousy trends, the inventor of Pogs, the creators of the Macarena, polyester, Anybody hear about them? They didn't die. They didn't get sick. They're doing really well. Those people suck. Maybe I should suck, and I'll have a good life. Okay, stop laughing. I gotta suck now. That means that good things will happen to me if I'm bad, right?
Right. Yep.
Right. All right. So, well, boo me out then. Oh, thank you. How much time do I have left on me?
Got a minute and a half.
Minute and a
Sorry, 2
half.
minutes and a half.
2 minutes and a half. Well, since I've come to, since I came to LA to learn comedy, I've also learned there are so many different things you can learn, like how to write a book, how to do video game characters. There's a school for it. You take classes. I'm just at the level where I'm playing Pac-Man. Hey, I identify with it. You know, you just sweep through the hallways of the office building and avoid the boss. But then when you get the union pill, then you can liquidate them. I also learned some imitations. My imitation of John F. Kennedy. You know, my grandfather knew John F. Kennedy. I took stunt lessons to be able to take that fall without getting too badly hurt. Man, I see that. But another one I have is of Keanu Reeves in a Western. How the West was really won. With Keanu Reeves, Clint Eastwood, and Chief Running Joke. What the hell is he saying? He says the Wi-Fi's out of order. How did you know that? Well, I've got that one little angstrom of DNA in my blood that has the Indian background. So that's how I learned. Ask him where the gold is buried. All right, I'll ask him. Singane, kurugo la dema, wonege ngejo, kino ne banawa. Hey, now you can. Oh, no, that's it. Oh, again, no, oh, no, no, here, all the ticket. Take it over here. He says he'll tell you where it's buried if he gets to do an audition for you. What does he think I am, Martin Scorsese? All right, Chief, do it. One I can see the hotel can on I That was excellent. What do you think, Clint? It'd be a lot better if we didn't have to edit out the shootout for the commercial. Well, don't worry. You get the endorsement deal. And my name is Eamon. Eamon is E-A-M-O-N, the Zealot. Also C-Zealot, C-Z-E-A-L-O-T on YouTube. And I haven't gotten a podcast yet, but we're working on it.
Alright, this is our lives. We're doing it. We're making each other laugh, and it's beautiful. I was gonna sit right there and take pictures. You don't have to worry about it, baby girl. Okay, I'm about to bring up our headliner of the night. A very sturdy, kind, hilarious, head upon the shoulders of this, ragtag. Whatever.
Yeah.
Right. Let's give it up for Luke, you guys.
Give it up for me. Sturdy. I like that. That's pretty good. I like sturdy. That's what I want to be called instead of fat. Sturdy. That are widely accepted. Oh, there he is. Sean, you gotta watch out. You were talking about the OnlyFans, your ex and her OnlyFans, and the entire time you were talking, Albert was sitting there on his phone with his credit card out. I swear to God. I don't know what's going on there, but watch out. But exciting news. I got paid today. That's always great, right? This is a milestone for me actually because it's the first time I didn't only have like $2 in my account when I got it. You know, it was the first time I actually like didn't need it for that day, and that was impressive. Yeah, because I can burn through a budget like a fire in an orphanage. I'll tell you that. No money. Fun fact, I didn't know this. Orphanages apparently burn the quickest. And I was doing some research and I found out, yeah, it's because the only thing that catches like gasoline is an orphan's tears. So, yeah, I guess so. Orphans good kindling, yeah. Keep it in mind when you go camping. We always... Every time we went camping in Ohio, we would stop at an orphanage before. That's just, that's how I was raised. That's how I was raised. But, let's go on from orphanages. Speaking of fires, though, mine's burnt out. It's gone. I'm just burnt out. I'm the kind of burnt out, you're like, opening up your cafe at 7:30 in the morning, just sobbing, just pulling chairs down, just kind of burnt out, a customer asks you for anything and you just have to start punching the ice machine for a second and then you come back. But kind of burnt out that I'm just going to start keeping a gun at the counter. It's not even anything that customers do, it's just customers. I just don't like customers. So I get it. When you're burnt out, you're in the middle of your 48-hour work week. You understand why people kill people. Starts making some sense. But what does that even say? That's what it says, is that this shit's got me praying again. I mean, drugs and alcohol didn't do the trick, so maybe religion will. Religion keeps coming up, so let me bring it back. Yeah. My favorite prayers are, Dear Jesus, God, not another customer. That's one of my favorite. Or, oh God, let it end, please. Or I like the just, why? Just why? Like the rhetorical prayer. But I feel like a lot of my prayers end up being rhetorical. There's not really an answer. And, what can I say? Alright. But, Jesus is a cool guy, but I like the Old Testament God, the Father, because he's not afraid to get blood on his hands. And that's the shit we got right now, is that Old Testament God shit, and I like it. It's great. Yeah, we deserve it. And out here, you can tell, it's the ground swallowing people up left and right, the earth shakes. You look at the horizon, fires bloom across the horizon like daisies in the sunset. We deserve it. God's pissed, he told me, actually. God actually talks to me every night. We have a little chat, and he told me he's pissed. He also told me after party, $5 cover for everybody's invited, it's BYOB. God doesn't have the licenses for that shit. He's already done enough time, don't get caught. But what else can I talk? Oh yeah, killing customers. I've learned, and I've killed a lot of people now. Guns, they may seem fun, but there's more creative ways to kill people, though. I learned that in Ohio. I think what really taught me was the death of my grandmother. I had to make a lot of changes after that. I had to get out of the state, with the murder investigation and everything. You know how it goes. Yeah, well, so the story is, COVID happens, you know, we gotta move the grandparents in because they're sick, you know, COVID's scary, everybody's afraid. Grandma's got a little bit of dementia. I think we kind of started realizing it whenever, you know, she started talking in deep Latin and her head was spinning around. You know, it was hard. It was hard seeing, you know, she couldn't do the same things she could before. She couldn't go to church because her clothes would catch on fire, you know. But I think when she started climbing up the walls, you know, that was like, we need to do something. When you got to get grandma off the ceiling with a broom, you know, that's a problem. You need to find help. But that's the thing, is people don't know what it's like to take care of people who, you know, are dying. Like, you learn a lot about personal dignity, how important that is to a person, you know. You learn a lot about empathy. Learn a lot about how to, you know, properly smother a person. What it takes. Yeah. It's hardcore. But, you know what? That all being said, even though, you know, I did kill my grandma. Oh, indeed. that was yeah, that was where the line was drawn when I killed my grandma. But, you know, even though I did kill, I like to say it was the dementia that took her, not my hand on the pillow, you know. Yeah, I know my faults. I know killing people is probably an issue. I'm trying to get better about that. But I know my faults. I'm too nice, you know. And it's not like too nice where it's like annoying, like and fake nice and stuff. It's a problem for me. Like, I'm gonna get myself into trouble, and I already know it. Because I have the wrong friend, like all the wrong friends. And it's because I can't say no to them. I don't know. I can't tell you that I'm not gonna hang out with you because that would be the end of the world, right? If I like disappointed you in any way, you know, that would be a problem. Like, that's fucking wrong. But I have so many. Ever since I moved out here, I have dozens of homeless friends. Great people. You know, they stop by. They use my shower. Not my shower. It's just a sink at the cafe. But anywhere can be a shower. You know. I had this friend that I met through Walmart. And that was fun. You know. Yeah. It's the type of friend, you know, you meet him and he's like, "Hi there, I'm Colin, I'm a heroin addict." You know? He's like, oh, great. And if he had asked me to do heroin, my question probably would have been, what's the vein that I put it in? How does that work? But, yeah, no, I make friends with all the wrong people. But, you know, what I really realized when I moved out here trying to make friends is that everybody's an asshole. Not everybody, there's some good people. There's a lot of good people here. But there's a lot of assholes, and you don't realize when you're told not to touch your asshole, you're not supposed to do that. You don't realize how far up an asshole you can go, how far up an asshole people will live, but then you meet them and the hand just fucking pops out of their ass and just grabs you and pulls you, and all of a sudden you're all in their shit. And you're like, whoa, what happened? And they're like, look how great it smells in here. Isn't this amazing? Yeah, but you know, maybe that's a good thing, because as I said, I'd never tried touching my asshole, but now that I live in LA, I touch my asshole all the time. Thank you. Find me on Instagram at Luke_Andy. That's ANDY.
Let's give it up for Luke. Oh my god. It's funny because in my head, sturdy meant safe, strong, reliable, and then he's going on and on about how he's like murdering people and then also doesn't feel safe. But it's like, I feel like when we get murdered together, it's gonna be quite the fucking podcast. All right, you guys, that's the end of our show. Monica's gonna say something.
I just want to say this live stream is 3 hours and 20 minutes long, and you should be so proud of yourself.
Yes.
Oh
my god. Comedy's a fucking drug. Dixie Blake. Here's just a few end things.